The following is a presentation of Grayson Publishing.
Football, while it is a reckoning to individuals, is a bounty for a platoon. The game brings communities together because of one name that shines bright on the front of the jersey. The spirit of team colors, mascots, cheerleaders, and all that comes with the strange fascination that we have with the warrior-spirited game pumps life into a community. Some towns even hang their hat on their football team. Love it or hate it, America is obsessed with football.
Grisham to the 30, to the 25, barrels over a defender. This is going to be Wall running right side, trying to keep it himself. They're looking for a block for Matthews. He's got the 10, he's got the 5. It is touchdown time in Texas. 25, 20, 15, kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas for Tyler Grisham.
Howe Bulldogs football is brought to you by Cavender Home Theater, Sweetie Pies by Karen, Howe Mercantile, Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Kiri's Coffee Company.
3-yard touchdown for Tyler Grisham, and the Bulldogs regain the lead.
Howe Bulldog football is also brought to you in part by Douglas Propane, Buck Snort Barbecue, Abby's Restaurant, Attorney Micah Belden, and the Howe Athletic Booster Club.
Howe, your Bulldogs are by-district champions again, back-to-back years.
Now let's go live to the stadium with Monty Walker and Michael Mosier.
Well, good evening. It is game number 736 in school history for the Howe Bulldogs, with an overall record of 375 wins, 336 losses, and 24 ties since the program began in the UIL in 1935. A 3-1 record so far in 2016, Michael, as Howe now ranked number 8 in Class 3A Division 1, according to MaxPreps.com. And that has seems like a very long way away from the Week 1 thrashing by Gunner.
Yeah, it does. When we took it that first week, you had opening jitters. I'm glad that the season hasn't went that direction. I'm a lot happier with the way we're going or the way the Bulldogs are headed.
Well, that you have to give a lot of credit to Gunner. They're a very, very fast football team,
yes,
and we saw it that night. And since then, the Howe Bulldogs have displayed their speed. Now 33.3 points per game ranks them 4th out of the 73 Howe Bulldogs teams. And the defense, however, giving up 28.7 points per game, and that largely due to the Week 1 42 points that Gunner put up. Since then, the Bulldogs have been improving week after week defensively, now ranked 63rd out of 73 overall teams in Howe, but that number continues to get better each week. And anytime you knock off a Class 4A Division 1 foe in Quinlan Ford a week ago, that spells well for how this program is going.
Yeah, it does, and they looked good last week. They looked good, they played good.
And one thing we saw last week that we didn't see maybe for the past 25, 30 games or so from Howe, a touchdown pass.
Right.
This is a team that runs the ball. They don't like to throw it. Matter of fact, the offensive coordinator can't even say the word pass. But they pulled one out last week, maybe just to show on the film, and they caught Quinlan Ford napping for a nice touchdown, 30-yard touchdown pass from Brandon Wall to Ty Harvey, which we call the Harvey Wallbanger now.
Right. Did you happen to get a chance to ask Coach Wetz about that
I did
pass?
not. I did not. I did.
He's probably still stuttering.
But what I did do is talk to head coach Zach Hudson, and we will talk with him here in just a moment when we come back on HoweEnterprise.com.
A word from Douglas Propane.
I've been in the industry for 21 years. The other day I got a call from a elderly lady on the side of the highway that wanted to thank me because one of my technicians stopped and changed her tire for her. The service goes so much further than beyond propane. It's the mentality of the person that we have on our staff. We appreciate our customer base in Howe and surrounding communities, and go Bulldogs. Have a great year.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
And now it's time for the Douglas Propane Howe Bulldogs Head Coaches Show with Zach Hudson.
All right, Coach, you've beaten a really good 2A team and a 3A team, and now knocked off a pretty good 4A team. Played really well on Friday night. Talk about that.
Well, I thought our kids executed well, offensively and defensively. I told the kids after the game, I said, the biggest difference in that game was when we needed a first down, our offense went and got it. And, some third and longs, and I think there was 2 3rd and 8 conversions where we were back on their side of the field, and we were able to converge and get the first down and keep the drive alive. And when that happens, you change momentum of a game. And we won the field position battle the entire game. We were able to, when we did have to punt, we were able to pin them inside the 20, and that makes for a long drive by them to try to get down there and score. So every little bit helps on every aspect of it. I thought our special teams did well. We went down and tackled well. And so, it's one of those games where it fell into place, kind of like you want to draw it up and how your team should perform.
We saw a couple of different things on offense, a little I formation and a passing touchdown. Talk about that.
Well, we got some kids banged up right now. The schedule we're playing is pretty rough, and people are stepping up and playing. And, you see a little bit of different formation. It's nothing we don't have in the arsenal. But Mason Riggs goes in there and runs the ball well. He's got some good speed, and all of them stepped up and played when they had to. And Mason just 2 weeks ago had to play safety the entire game, and I thought our 2 safeties with him and Ty did one of the best jobs of locking down their receivers that we've done since I've been here. And that was the first game they have fully played back there. So our kids are stepping up and playing when they have to, and that's a testament to them.
Last week we talked to Brandon Walder in the Senior Spotlight, and he said the goal for last Friday night was just basically wear out the opponent. Is that your philosophy every week?
It is, and I'm a defensive guy, so it plays into our offense a little bit. And if you hit somebody enough, they tend to give after a while. And the thing is, you got to be able to be the one giving the hit every time. But somebody like Quinlan that has more players than we do, sometimes that philosophy doesn't work real well because they got fresh legs coming on the field all the time. But we want to wear people down to where they're tired of getting hit, and it's more of that than it is wearing them down with their conditioning than it is they just get tired of getting hit every play.
Speaking about your defense, we've kind of labeled that the Black Plague this year, and a new player, nose guard, Zach Daniels, played a lot for you. Seemed to have a really good game on Friday night.
He did. We were struggling at the nose position just to try to fit somebody in there. We had some sophomores there, and they've done a good job, but there's some things that, we were trying to improve on. And Zach's one of those kids that's been in this program for 4 years, comes every summer, every day, and hadn't played a lot. He really hasn't. And but he gives everything he has in practice, and it was his turn. And it was time to see what he was going to be able to do. And he went in there and performed like we thought he could, and I was proud of him. I mean, he did a great job. And in this defense, this style of defense, the 3-4, you need those nose guards to take up 2 blockers. And he did it all night long and let those linebackers run. So it was good to see.
Let's take a quick timeout, and we'll hear from Douglas Propane.
We had a little leak. We kept smelling, my wife and I kept smelling gas, and we walked into the house. Called my plumber, and he said, well, you need to call your propane company because they handle that. So I gave Douglas a call. They immediately sent Barry out, and Barry brought out some sophisticated little devices to check for if there was any gas in the house, and sure enough, he found 2 places. He tightened those up, which was really the plumber's responsibility anyway. He installed those. But they got that fixed up. Since then, we haven't had any problems at all. So I just enjoy doing business with them because they were here when they said they would be here, and they've done everything they said they would do. So it was a pleasure doing business with them.
Coach, one thing we've been doing is with the Senior Spotlight, talking to those guys, and one thing I've learned quickly is that all of those seniors are completely sold on what you guys are selling, and that's got to be a good feeling.
Oh, it is. It there's a reason these seniors have had the success that they've had in the last couple of years, and a lot of them have played in all those playoff games. And kids like Tyler and Matt, they've been up there for this is their fourth year, and we joke around about it every once in a while. 4 years ago we were everybody's homecoming, and now nobody will put us at homecoming. So, it's a good feeling, and it's a good change, and we appreciate them about as much as they appreciate us. So it's pretty nice.
We know your offense and what you'll do basically versus any defense. Talk about what you'll see from Caddo Mills' offense.
Well, right now I think they're dabbling in a little bit of everything, trying to figure out what fits them the best. Against Farmersville, they had tight end and power I, 3 backs in the backfield coming right at you. Previous games they were in the spread, throwing the ball around. So it's really hard to say, exactly what we're going to see. We prepared for all of it. It seems like they had a little more success in the power I. So I think we'll see a little more of that. But they can sling the ball around everywhere, and they have some very good athletes off the edge and a quarterback. So it'll be a different game for us, but our kids just got to perform and do what they do.
Last question. When a kid like Tanner Hartsfield comes out and says that Zach Hudson has made a major impact on his life, how does that make you feel?
Oh, it's good. It is. And, not many people in this world get to be around young men and young women every day. And, to turn around and watch them kids in 6, 7, 8 years get married and have kids and grow up to be, citizens that are productive and everything. It just makes you feel good that you had something to do with it. All these kids have some great parents, and, we just want to make sure we impact their lives positively and don't do anything to, screw up what the parents have done. So, like I said, they've got great parents. We know we spend a lot of time with them, and sometimes more than parents do at this age. And so you just want to make sure you're a positive influence on them, and what they get out of this program is more than just a game of football. So.
You've been listening to the Douglas Propane Howe Bulldogs Coaches Show with Zach Hudson.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud graduate of Howe High School. The great leadership from our teachers and coaches helped me be able to become one of the few certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
In this very football season, we will experience extreme heat followed by the changing of the leaves and finally feel the cold chill of the November rain. Life changes, and sometimes it changes too fast. When you lose a loved one, you need a place of comfort and trust. Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory of Van Alstyne will provide you with that care. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins invite you to talk to their caring staff. They take pride in their responsibility to lighten your burden as you take the first steps towards healing. Welcome to the Senior Spotlight, where each week we will talk to a Howe Bulldog or two. Now let's talk to one of those members of the class of 2017. All right, this week we're joined with Seth Seabolt and William Overby. William, we'll start with you. We understand your name is Tech, or you go by Tech. What's that all about?
Well, my dad, when I was born, it was just a nickname that we had in the family, and he just stuck with that.
Where did it come from, you know?
I'm pretty sure it was my dad's grandpa that he got it from.
So you doing anything outside of football, or is it just football for you?
Just strictly football.
Any certain favorite class or anything like that?
I like English a little bit because I like to write and make stories and stuff.
What about a favorite teacher in school?
I like Miss Floyd because we've had her for 2 years. We had her freshman and junior year. So.
What about, kind of hunting or fishing or anything? You do any of that?
Yeah, I go hunting and fishing with all my friends and stuff, and we do paintball and everything and just about anything you can think of.
Are you any good at paintball?
Kinda. We've only been to a couple of games, but we've done pretty good.
Who's the best at paintball?
The ones we played with, I guess it would be Ty.
Now, you've got some brothers. One was a Howe Bulldog just not too long ago. What are they doing now?
Charlie, he's doing construction with the Vincents right now, and Bobby, he's just working with a furniture moving company.
So on the team, you play backup tackle. So that means you have to get in at any given notice. Has that come up so far this year?
Yeah, I had to go in 2 games ago. Clay's helmet popped off, and I just had to go in there.
What's special so far about this football team?
I think that we've had a lot of good players, but we lost some. But the ones that have come up and showed that they can do what we need them to do.
What do you think the outlook is for this team?
I think we'll go pretty deep into the playoffs.
All right, now let's turn it on over to Seth Zebold as we switch chairs. I understand you are a part of FFA and stuff like that.
Yes. I'm not on the chapter or anything, but I do participate in judging and showing.
So what about raising animals?
We usually get pigs around this time, actually, like I say mid-October, and then we raise them all the way up until the springtime, and then we show them, and then we eat them.
Zach Daniels a couple of weeks ago said he named his pig Bacon. You do the same thing?
I usually don't really give much thought in the names. I usually let my little sister or my mom name them because they actually like doing that for some reason.
So what are their names?
Well, I haven't got them yet, but so.
All right, so let's talk about your grandfather. We had an article in the Howe Enterprise a few weeks ago. Dr. Smithwick, who was, I guess, not really a part of the Junction Boys, but was on campus at that time.
Incoming freshmen were not a part of it. So, it was the sophomores through the seniors that were Junction Boys, and he barely missed that. It's a good thing he did, because from what he's told me, it was rough, and I would not have been a part of that either.
How many stories have you heard from your grandfather?
Oh, gosh. True ones? I don't know. I believe most everything he says. He's got some pretty wild stories. I wish I could explain them all, but it'd take too long.
All right, so you've been here since kindergarten, right?
Yes, sir.
And who do you hang out with on a day-to-day basis?
Brennan Ross, Tack Overby, the Helping Stells, Tyler Grisham, and Jade Matthews, all those kind of kids.
So talk about the injury last year you had in the playoffs. It's, I believe, a torn labrum. Talk about that.
Well, it hurt pretty bad when it first got hit. Came to the sidelines, and I started stretching it out because I thought I just got a stinger or something. I was swinging my arms around, and I swung this arm, I swung my left arm, and it got stuck in the air like that. I couldn't move it. I yelled at Ricky on the sidelines, told him to come over here, and then he said, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I don't know, it's stuck." Took it and just slid it right back in, and he said, "Just stay there for a minute, we'll get some ice on it, then you can go back in." I was like, "Okay, sweet." I went back in and played the rest of the game. Well, it kind of kept sliding out, and I kind of just slid it back in. I did that a couple times, 3 or 4 times. And then after that, it started really hurting, and the coaches noticed, and Coach West said I was done for the game, and I sat out the rest of the game.
But you came back next week, right?
Yes, I did. I actually wasn't going to do anything but deep snap, but Winston did the same thing. He hurt his shoulder, and then I had to go play his position with this awful sling on that restricts you real bad, but yeah.
So talk about this year. You went ahead and had surgery. You were fully recovered from that, I would imagine, and now you're just playing defense, right?
Mainly defense, but I'll try to get on offense as much as I can.
So the interception last week, first of the year for you, it looked like to us way up in, on top of the press box that it was a fingertip catch. Did you trap it? Did you pull it in? Did you actually make the catch?
I did make the catch, actually. I just barely got my right hand on it. I caught it with one hand and brought it in and just fell on it, and then it was ruled a catch. we actually, the next day, Saturday in film, we watched it over and over again because Coach Short didn't think I caught it, but we watched it over and over again, slow motion, and I actually caught it. So,
How much fun is it to be on a team that's really good?
Man, it's real fun. Growing up with these guys, playing sports with them our whole lives and everything, you get to your senior year, that's it. So you just got to give it all you got.
All right, that's been the Senior Spotlight with William Overby and Seth Siebel. We'll be back in just a few moments on HoweEnterprise.com.
Do you love coffee? Wish there was a local coffee shop to study, work, and get the best coffee drinks and baked goods in Texas? Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne is your dream come true. Carrie's Coffee Company serves the highest quality organic coffee and espresso drinks like cafe mocha, caramel macchiato, and cappuccino, plus iced coffee frappes with your favorite flavor. Visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne next to the post office, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to noon, and Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
Welcome back. We are at Ed Locker Stadium here in Caddo Mills. This is a stadium that opened back in 1997. It's a really nice place. Holds about 2,000 seating capacity. Natural grass playing surface and a track around it. It runs kind of east to west a little. I think northeast to southwest, I believe.
Yes,
you can hear the music in the background as the Caddo Mills Foxes are making their way through their tunnel, and they are walking on the field. They're in all green, that dark green pants and jerseys, white helmets. Now they go to a jog as they enter the field. The Howe Bulldogs, who are about to enter in their white uniforms, are led by head coach Zach Hudson. He's from Rockwall, Texas. His wife, Carrie, is a former head volleyball coach. They have two daughters. Kai is 9 and Bodie is 6. Coach Hudson is from Navarro College and Texas A&M Commerce. His record here at Howe is 23-16. He is the 25th head coach in Howe history in his 4th year with the Bulldogs. His coaching stops have been at Garland, Lakeview, at Weimer as the defensive coordinator, at LaGrange as the defensive coordinator, back to Weimer as the head coach and AD, and now here at Howe as the head coach and AD. He only trails the ones with lots of hardware. Norman Dickey with 51 wins, Jim Fryer with 41, Davey DeBose with 34, Buck Smith with 29, and Zach Hudson with 23 as the Bulldogs will now enter the tunnel. They're in white pants, white jerseys tonight, with black helmets. The Caddo Mills Foxes already on the field, locking arms, awaiting the coin toss. And let's go over the starting lineup for Howe up front on offense. Tim Helpenstell, the left tackle. Connor Jackson, the left guard. Chase Harvey, the center. The right guard is Tanner Hartsfield. The right tackle, Clay Marshall. And the big tight end, 6'4", 295 senior Matt Griffin. The quarterback, Brandon Wall, threw his first touchdown pass of the year last week against Quinlan Ford. The split end will be Ty Harvey, and the slot for the injured Brent Masters will be Cooper Akins, and the fullback Jaden Matthews, and the running back who wants Jesse's girl, Tyler Grisham, 6', 225 and a senior. And the starting defense, Michael, for the Caddo Mills Foxes.
Cornerback Cade Hayden.
Here we go. Hang on 1 second. Here come the Howe Bulldogs. Led out with a Texas flag and the Howe Bulldog Pride flag. J.P. Queen and Brandon Wall leads them out. Let's go ahead, Michael.
Cade Hayden, cornerback. Right end, Colton Stringer. Right tackle, Clayton Cook. Left tackle, Cody Banks. Left end, Guy Payne. Cornerback, Logan Banker. Outside linebacker, Kerry Richardson. Blaine Jarrett is middle linebacker. Outside linebacker, Peyton Hammonds. safety Kalen Stanger, and safety Roberto Hera.
The captains for Caddo Mills coming out to the middle of the field will be Michael Decker, Garrett Moody, Kerry Richardson, Aaron Taylor, and I think that's it. For Howe will be Tim Helpenstell, Seth Sebo, Tyler Grisham, and
Matt Griffin.
Okay. So we'll await the coin toss here. There's the toss. It's on the ground. And the umpire is talking to
Tyler Grisham.
Grisham and Howe have won the toss. They have deferred. So that's what happens when we feel like you have a really good defense. That's normally what happens. So we'll see if that holds true tonight. They shake hands at center court, if you will, and we will prepare for the national anthem here in just a moment. On defense for the Howe Bulldogs up front, Cameron Blesseye. The nose guard will be Zach Daniels, and the end is Mike Helpenstell. The cornerbacks, Cooper Akins and Brennan Ross, and we'll tell a story about his father, Brian Ross, in this game back in 1987. The linebackers, J.P. Queen, Andrew Griffin, Tanner Hartsfield, and Tyler Grisham. And the safeties, Mason Riggs and Seth Siebel, as we prepare for our national anthem. And with that, it is football time in Texas. Not much of a breeze tonight as we look at the flag and we stare at it. It's just really drooping there. Not much action in the form of a breeze tonight. Again, Howe, this is the fifth matchup between Howe and Caddo Mills. The first one took place back in 1986. And Howe lost at Bulldog Stadium 47-21 in that initial matchup. A year later, they come over here. It was a different stadium then, but Howe comes over here and wins 28-0. Jay Skipworth had several interceptions that night. Brian Ross, Brennan Ross, his father, had 170 yards rushing that night and 2 touchdowns. And then since then, it's been all Caddo Mills. 2012 and 2013, Howe lost both of those. The first one here at this stadium, and the second one at home, 12-7, back in 2013. We prepare for the kickoff tonight, and it'll be Bryce Honecker, as always, doing the kicking duties for the Bulldogs, as he'll stand 10 yards away and about 3 steps over. Back deep. Let's see where this one goes. It's going to land at about the 22-yard line. Coming up the near side, bump, breaks out of one tackle, but then goes down almost immediately. And that is
Cameron Blesseye.
That's going to be Kobe Dummeyer, the junior, on the return there. And Caddo Mills will set up shop. 1st and 10, moving right to left from our vantage point. 11:54 on the first quarter clock. And we are underway. They're going to spot the ball at about the, looks like about the 17-yard line, at their own 17. Let's see if I can go ahead and update our scoreboard and get us in the first quarter here. His first play of the game, shotgun formation, and it's going to be a handoff near side, looking for the near corner. Gets it for a moment, down the sideline, up to close to the 40-yard line and out of bounds after a first down run to start this football game.
Harvey in on the stop.
That's not a great start when your safeties are making tackles. And that is Harvey starting that one. So we're just underway here, and now the ball spotted at the 41-yard line. Shotgun formation. Quarterback Decker sends a man in motion, and that's going to be Richardson. Decker wants it. Handoff. Up the middle, a big hole right there. Jarrett knocks down a defender at the 50 and out of bounds at the Howe 45-yard line. They'll give him a couple of more yards to the 42.
Cooper Akins running out of bounds.
So it'll be first and 10 for Howe at the 42-yard line. Or for Quinn. Am I going to say Quinlan all week? Caddo Mills. At the Howe 42-yard line. Here we go. Shotgun, and Jarrett stands next to him. Now he goes in motion out to the near side, and Decker's going to keep it, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage and backwards actually by J.P. Queen. Thrown backwards for a big loss. It would have been the line of scrimmage, however, he was in shotgun formation. They'll call it a little bit of a loss there back to the 46-yard line. Great job by Queen coming up.
That was a good job by Queen coming off that end.
Second down and about 14 for Caddo Mills. 11-12 on the clock. We're just underway, no score. Two receivers up top, one at the bottom. Howe showing blitz. Decker rolls out right, now looks left, over across the middle. Jarrett almost intercepted by Seabolt. He had it once and then dove back for it with a second chance. Could not haul it in, and now it's 3rd and 14.
Yeah, he almost had that one.
You know, Seabolt had that interception a week ago. It said, you know, we thought that he might have trapped it. It was very close. The film showed that he actually did make the catch. They gave him the interception, and they the coaches did actually see it, that it was. Coach Short argued with him a little bit, but he said, hey, okay.
There you go.
3rd down and 14. Big play here. Decker in shotgun formation. Drops back 3 steps. Looks left now. Throws right. And it's going to be caught by Richardson. And he's got some room, but not enough for a first down at the 37-yard line. That'll bring up a 4th and about 3, maybe 4.
Look at Ty Harvey and Seth Seabolt in on the stop.
So they didn't give him as much yardage as I thought. It's going to be 4th and 5. 10:37 on the first quarter clock. Caddo Mills going for it. Two receivers either side. Decker in shotgun formation. Looks over to the side. And is there going to be a change? Is it going to drop back? Nope. He's going to stay in shotgun. Wants it. Gets it. And he's going to hand off up the middle to Jarrett, who has close to a first down and now does at the 30. Up to the 29 to the 28-yard line. So a first down. A big 4th and 5 call there by the head coach, Steve Sumrow, who's been here for a very long time.
Austin Lee and Mike Heppenstall on the stop.
And that'll be a first down for the Caddo Mills Foxes with 10-11 on the clock and rolling here in the first. So now we've seen multiple sets. We knew they would come in like that. Here's a full house backfield, I formation. This is going to be a handoff. Jarrett left side, big hole, and he barrels down to the 21-yard line. Different formations, multiple formations for Caddo Mills over the past several weeks. They will spread it out. They will go I formation.
Tripped up by Seth Seabolt and Ty Harvey.
2nd down and 3 coming up with 9:35 on the clock and rolling here in the first quarter. Caddo Mills
brings up 2nd and 3.
Got the football first because Howe won the toss and deferred to the second half. But the Foxes of Caddo Mills have been churning up yards here so far. Needing a big stop are the Bulldogs. 2nd down and about 3. Here's Jarrett on the right side, and he'll be close to a first down to about the 17-yard line.
Tanner Hartsfield and Seth Seabolt in on the stop. Had a loose ball for a minute, but Caddo Mills, they called it down.
You know, it's one of those things when you're glad that your safeties are making tackles, but you don't want your safeties making tackles.
No, and they've
That's
made the majority.
not a good sign.
as they'll move the sticks. It'll be a first down for Caddo Mills at the 8:52 mark at the 17-yard line of Howe. This is a power I formation, and this is going to be a handoff to the first man through, and that's the big fullback, Josh Freeman. He's a junior. Comes in with 8 carries and 5 carries, 20 yards on the season.
Mike Heppenstall and Cameron Blesseye in on the stop.
Now he will check out.
Second down.
He and Peyton Hammonds will check out of the game, and now they go back to Richardson and the slot formation. Split out wide to the left is Painter, and it'll be Garrett Moody in the slot to the right along with Richardson. And this is going to be a handoff. Jarrett right side jumps over the line of scrimmage, and now is met by several Bulldogs, including J.P. Queen, but Jarrett pulls the pile forward to about the 11-yard line, maybe the 10.
It looked like Tanner Hartsfield made initial contact.
So third and about 4 coming up for the Bulldogs, or for Caddo Mills rather. 7:49 on the clock. Just a steady drive, and an impressive drive.
Yeah.
Started at their own 17-yard line. And this is Decker, handoff, Jarrett, left side, big hole. J.P. Queen gets his arms around him, but drags him inside the 5 to the 3-yard line, and now a flag down. This is a late flag. It came in after the play.
Stop by number 30, J.P. Queen. There is a flag on the play.
We'll have to check and see how they sort this one out. And it looks to be against Howe.
Call is a personal foul on the defense. That'll be a half the distance to the goal penalty.
So that'll set the ball after the personal foul against Howe
First and goal.
to about the 2-yard line. First and goal from the 2. And this is going to be the powerhouse backfield with Freeman, Hammonds, and Jarrett, rather. And this is Decker under center. Handoff, Jarrett left side. And he is in. Touchdown, Caddo Mills to start this football game. 7:15 on the clock. And the Foxes strike first blood.
Touchdown, Caddo Mills.
6-0 awaiting this PAT. And the PAT will be done by Marcus Basilio. So Jarrett gets in first with a 2-yard touchdown. And 7:15 on the clock. Basilio's extra point kick is up. It's very high, it's very long, and it is very good. 7-0. Caddo Mills in the lead here early at Ed Locker Stadium. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
With 7:15 left.
Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only.
Where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players. Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
If you haven't been to downtown Howe lately, you might be surprised. All the buildings are full, including the unique retail experiences of Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium. Located at 107 and 109 East Haining Street, the two antique and gift shops offer unique items that are rarely available in the Howe area, but with Howe area prices. Come and enjoy this trip back in time to the Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium, open noon to 8, Thursdays through Saturday. Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium.
Welcome back to Ed Locker Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell as the ball's teed up at the 40.
Jaden Matthews.
And it will be
Tyler Grissom back.
And it looks like Marcos Basilio again will kick this one off. And it's going to be an onside kick to the near side. It takes a great bounce, and the ball's free, but finally brought down by Cooper Akins at the 35-yard line. That was a great kick, hopped over the front line. And a matter of fact, it was one Bulldog that tried to catch the ball. That was stripped out of his hands, and then Akins finally got on it.
That was Harvey.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 now for the first time for Howe, moving left to right in all white tonight. White pants, white jerseys, black helmets with these black sleeves and black numbers. quickly to the line of scrimmage. Wall under center, handoff, first man through Matthews. He's got some room to the 40. Look out to the 45-50. It's a foot race to the other 45. Escapes a tackle and down at the, looks like the 25 or 22-yard line. So a great start right there for the Howe Bulldogs on the very first play. Jaden Matthews escapes for a very long game.
Kalen Stanger in on the stop.
Good game for a Howe Bulldog first down.
Let's see. So there's we'll call it 7:08 to begin this drive. And here's quickly Howe again. This is Grisham left side. And he's going to gain about 6 on first down.
Tyler Grisham on the carry.
Close to the 20, right about the 20-yard line.
Josh Freeman on the stop.
Josh Freeman made the tackle for Caddo Mills.
So quickly, Howe trying to answer right back. You know, the Bulldogs average 33 points per game, showing why early on here in the first couple of plays. This is Mason Riggs dotting the I formation. Handoff left side. Matthews slips through a couple of defenders up to the middle of the field. Barrels over a defender into the end zone. It's touchdown time in Texas. 20-yard touchdown for Jaden Matthews as he punished a defender at the 1 and bounced into the end zone.
Logan Baker was the receiver of that punishing.
Boy, that was punishing.
It was. That was a page out of the Andrew Griffin book.
So Honecker will now be on for the PAT to try to tie this one up with 6:19 on the clock. And Brennan Ross will be the holder. It's on the tee. The kick is up. It's high. And it is good. We have a tie ball game. Howe scores quickly with a 20-yard touchdown by Jaden Matthews. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Tired of paying for channels you don't watch? Cabinet Home Theater and Dish got you covered. The new Flex Pack lets you customize your own package. For $39.99 per month, the Flex Pack includes 50 popular channels plus an additional channel pack of your choice. You can choose from locals, news, kids, and sports. Give us a call, 903-892-3499, or go to CavenderTV.com. You can get the Hopper 3 DVR for only $10 a month more. Give us a call.
Think back to the best fried pies you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. Sweetie Pies has handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 972-821-1508. You must try Sweetie Pie's signature fried pie, Sawdust. I'm not even kidding.
What an electrifying start tonight here at Ed Locker Stadium. 2 touchdowns quickly as the Bulldogs answer right back. And here we are knotted up at 7 in the first quarter. Honecker's kick. It's a line drive kick, bounces right off a defender, but he quickly falls on it.
Josh Freeman.
Freeman was right there. It's one of those where he kicked it right in his numbers so hard, but it fell straight in front of him where Freeman was able to pick it right up.
All right.
So the bad news about that is that Caddo Mills will now have the ball right at the 49-yard line with the nose of the ball touching the 50. So they'll start officially at their own 49. 1st and 10, right to left. Decker in shotgun formation. Looks left, throws a screen pass out left. It's caught left up to the 50. Brought down almost immediately by Seth Siebold for about a 2-yard gain. It was Payne Painter on the catch. And that'll bring up the second down and about 7 or 8, depends on how you look at it. 5:57 left in the first quarter. 2nd and 7, says the scoreboard. So right now next to Decker is Peyton Hammonds, and he'll stand just to his right as there's 2 receivers either side. And Decker gets it, hand off to Hammonds, met immediately, right in the backfield. Helpenstell was right there to take him down about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's the bad thing about the shotgun when you try to run out of the gun. Instead of the line of scrimmage, instead of being no gain, it's a 2-yard loss.
Right. And Heptonstall was there quickly.
He was, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 10 with 5:10 left to go in the first. Tie ball game here at Ed Locker Stadium in Caddo Mills, 7-7. Decker and shotgun, gets it, rolls out right side. Looking for someone down the field right, and it's going to be caught or incomplete. Just about 3 yards shy of the first down marker and out of bounds on the far side. It's going to bring up 4th and 10. And for the first time tonight, we will most likely see the punt team for Caddo Mills.
And Brennan Ross on the coverage on that pass. Andrew Griffin and Seth Seabolt dropped back deep.
So the punter will be the quarterback, Michael Decker.
Decker in punt formation.
And he will be protected by Cade Hayden. It's going to be a high, wobbly kick, short kick. Bounces at about the 27. That takes a Howe bounce to about the 32-yard line. And that's where the Bulldogs will take over. There is a flag, however. We'll have to check that. But the ball for a moment is at the 32-yard line. There's 4:46 on the clock, and Howe's about to take possession again. This is not a infraction on the punter or anything like that. It's going to be a hold against Howe. So that'll back it up 10.
Call the field.
So Howe will now start at the 22 instead of the 32 on this next drive. But if it's anything like the last drive, it won't matter. It took the Foxes of Caddo Mills a drive of 83 yards to begin the game to score. And then it took Howe 65 yards immediately. Matter of fact, it took Howe a minute 29 seconds to score.
It'll be 1st and 10, Howe Bulldogs
on their first drive. We'll see how they do here. 4:46 on the clock, tied 7-7 in the first quarter. From their own 22-yard line, moving left to right. Wall goes under center. Sends a man in motion. Wall's going to keep it left side. He's got some room. Look out. He is very fast. He has a first down near the 40-yard line to the 38.
Kalen Stanger in on the stop.
So they'll move the sticks with 4:40 on the clock. And that was just the quarterback sneak, basically, right over the left guard. And Wall, with his speed, was out of there in a hurry.
Howe first down.
So here comes Howe. Everybody tight on this one. It's going to be the near side handoff, and it's Mason Riggs, and he'll fall forward for about 5 on first down. Riggs last week, the big 57-yard touchdown run, the first of his career. The 6', 175-pound sophomore has lots of speed.
Mason Riggs on the carry.
And they put him in the slot right there and let him run that kind of an end-around reverse.
Logan Baker,
and
second down.
Netted him 5 yards. Here comes Landry Elvington bringing the play in. Chase Harvey breaks the huddle as the center, and here comes everybody else. Mason Riggs still in the slot, and he'll go in motion again. The handoff is to Jaden Matthews, left side. He's got the first down, still dragging defenders, and they'll spot him just shy of the 50-yard line, and they'll move the sticks.
Kalen Stanger in on the stop
on the stop.
Caddo Mills.
Matthews a little quiet a week ago with 9 carries and 20. Yeah, that's really small. I got to check my eyes. There's Wall wanting to throw the football down the field, and it's incomplete, looking for Mason Riggs. And Riggs came out and went down, not in the flat, but kind of an out route. And it falls incomplete. Second down and 10 coming up, 3:32 on the clock.
Intended for number 24, Mason Riggs. Second down.
Nine carries, 35 yards a week ago for Jaden Matthews. 363 coming in. Here's a handoff, left side, Matthews. He's got Tyler Grisham, rather, and he's got about 8 yards, crosses into Caddo Mills territory, and we are at the 3:17 and rolling mark. And this is patented classic Howe Bulldogs football. Just keeps
Tyler Grisham on the carry,
on the ground running the football.
Cody Banks in on the stop.
Cody Banks.
So 3rd and 2 coming up. They'll call it an 8-yard gain for Grisham. Here comes Wall and company. Handoff left side, Grisham, same play. He's got the first down. and he's got about the 35-yard line. Ball comes out late, but Grisham was already down.
Tyler Grisham on the carry.
So they'll move the sticks.
Sentinel play by number 1, Logan Baker.
A very quick first quarter as we're just under 3 minutes left.
First down.
All knotted up at 7. Pretty good crowd. Made the trip, about an hour drive.
Not too bad tonight.
Wall under center. Man in motion is Riggs, and flags will fly before this one can get underway. Number 40. I don't have a 40. Do you have a 40?
I don't have a 40.
I don't have a 40.
Oh, Sloan. Richard Sloan.
Richard Sloan. Well, we believe Richard Sloan is the guilty party that jumped a little bit early for Howe. So if it's not Richard Sloan, I apologize, Mr. and Mrs. Sloan.
Right.
So they're going to move this one back 5 yards. And now instead of being first and 10
start on the offense.
at the 30.
That's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
It was the 37. Now it's the 42. The scoreboard says 41. Regardless, first and 15 with 2:32 left to go in the first quarter. Everybody tight right here for Howe. Moving left to right. Handoff. Mason Riggs left side. Bounces out. He's got some room. He's got the first down. He's got a lot more than that. He bangs over one defender and goes out of bounds.
Logan Banker again.
Boy, Banker
taking a pounding.
Bankers just get run over early on in this football game. That'll move the sticks as Mason Riggs just
good for a Bulldog.
runs hard again. Remember, we had a 57-yard touchdown last week. Looking for more right there. First and 10, 2:23 on the clock.
Yeah, Logan Banker, he's taking a pounding tonight.
I formation. This is Riggs. This is going to be a handoff. First man through Matthews, and he's got about 6, maybe 7 yards.
Jaden Matthews on the carry.
You know, Matthews is just kind of like,
number 24,
he runs like a scared jackrabbit.
Yes, he does, and he's a fast jackrabbit.
Second down and 3. I formation again. Mason Riggs, toss right side. He's got a good block. He's got a clear lane, and it's touchdown time in Texas.
And again, Logan Banker took a heck of a shot by Tyler Grisham.
16 yards, and a late flag comes in at the end. And Banker took another shot.
Yeah, Tyler Grisham lit him up.
So we'll see what the flag is. But for a moment, it is, again, touchdown time in Texas for Howe. And this one's going to be against Caddo Mills. So a 16-yard touchdown for Mason Riggs. His second of the year and his second in as many weeks.
Looked like it may have been a personal foul.
Well, Honecker is on for the PAT. We're in the swinging gate. They're still checking out the flag. They're picking up the flag. And here comes the swinging.
Foul on Caddo Mills.
Swinging gate. Swinging.
Swinging. That's kind of like Stanger. I bet people are laughing about that one.
Ross on the hold. Honecker to kick to give Howe a 7-point touchdown lead. And it is up. A little bit of pressure from the left side, and it is no good. The kick goes wide right, and Howe now has a 6-point lead, 13-7, with 1:51 left to go in the first quarter. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football.
The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
The type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, you know, it's something they can be proud of.
A word from Douglas Propane.
We had received a call from Cable One back when Howe had the tornado come through. Their tower site back on the hill runs a propane backup generator. You know, my service staff got the call late in the afternoon. We tried to get up there and get the gas to it. The ground was too soft for our bobtail to get back there, so we put it in four-wheel drive, and we actually took 100-pound cylinders and transferred them into the larger tank to get them through until we could get the larger truck back there.
Welcome back to Ed Locker Stadium here in Caddo Mills. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier. Howe now leads 13-7 after the 16-yard touchdown by Mason Riggs. The extra point was no good. A little pressure from the right side of the kicking team, and I think Honaker might have pushed it a little bit. After the personal foul, Howe's now kicking off from the 45, and this one is a squib kick, going to go through the end zone, and the Caddo Mills Foxes will start at their own 25-yard line.
Well, that might have stopped in Farmers.
Honaker's kick goes out of the end zone.
So Howe leads here,
Caddo Mills will take over
151.
from their 25-yard line.
We'll have to go in the first quarter, leading 13-7. You know, the first drive looked very impressive by Caddo Mills. What the key is here is continuing to make them punt and stymie that offense, because Howe seems to be running like warm butter tonight.
Right, they are. They are on a roll tonight.
This is going to be Caddo Mills in the slot formation with Richardson near side and Painter. I formation, however, as Decker goes under center, handoff Jarrett Mitt at the line of scrimmage. Tanner Hartsfield with the initial hit. It's going to be a gain of 1.5 for Jarrett as we hit the minute 41 mark.
And Tanner coming there and held him up. Heffenstall just finished him off. You know, that's one thing about Howe, that defense, boy, they if one's going to get you, the rest of them are going to be there shortly.
Well, and Coach Hudson in the coaches show talked about Zach Daniels and the importance of that nose guard being able to take on 2 offensive linemen and free up those linebackers. And, boy, that's what happened right there. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Decker under center, hands off Jarrett. And I believe that's Cameron Blesseye who held on for dear life as Jarrett only got a few. And that'll bring up a 3rd and long. And this is what you want to see if you're a Bulldog fan, is just that continued defensive front play.
Right.
As that Helpenstell and Blesseye and Zach Daniels' crew is just really doing a great job so far since the first series.
Yeah, they are, and they look, Zach Daniels looks real good.
This is going to be an I formation. That's Hammonds and Jarrett with 2 receivers. And Decker wants to throw the home run ball left side. Cooper Akins goes up and comes down with it. He picks it off at the Howe 48-yard line. Akins with his first interception of the year gives Howe the ball with 28 seconds left to go in the first quarter, leading 13-7. And they have looked like warm butter on offense.
They have.
Cooper Akins on the
Cooper Akins, I didn't know he could get that high. Leaping that high. Let me clean that up a little bit. He jumped up there pretty high.
So 47-yard line is where Howe will start. 48-yard line with the nose touching the 48.
After the interception.
And it'll be 1st and 10 left to right. Harvey already at the line of scrimmage. Knows the play.
Harvey says, let's go.
Hey, let's go. I've known this thing for 3 minutes. Let's go.
Right.
Everybody comes to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10. Still moving left to right. 28 seconds. Mason Riggs goes in motion. This is a handoff left side. Matthews. He's got a lot of room and a first down as I stumble. That goes across the 40 to the 39-yard line inside Caddo Mills territory. As this is one of those nights where you feel like Jaden Matthews could get 300 if he wanted to.
Yeah, Cade Hayden,
Bulldog first
and
down.
again, Logan Banker taking a shot. He's moving around pretty slow.
1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Handoff. Tyler Grisham left side. Gets a pretty good block. Follows his blockers for about a 6-7 yard. Well, I guess they'll actually call it
on the carry.
Maybe about a 4-yard gain. Maybe 5. But
big.
that will be the end of the first quarter as Howe leads 13-7 and are driving right here. We'll flip it around with a 13-7 lead back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud graduate of Howe High School. The great leadership from our teachers and coaches helped me be able to become one of the few certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
Welcome back to Ed Locker Stadium as we enter the second quarter. We'll flip it around now, and Howe will be going right to left with the football at the Caddo Mills 34-yard line.
Yeah, right before the buzzer.
Howe will take over.
Logan Banker looked up, and Clay Marshall was headed his direction. He's like, "Oh, let me get out of your way. Just go on. No, please don't hit me." I think they're wearing him out tonight. Poor guy.
You know, Coach Hudson said if you just punish people. If you hit them in the mouth enough times, they'll stop.
Right.
Here's a handoff up the middle. Matthews escapes from a defender. He's got the 22-yard line. Another first down for Matthews as he is running wild tonight.
He is dragging Aaron Taylor down the field.
Taylor on the stop for the Foxes.
I bet he drug him 5 yards downfield.
They'll spot the ball at the 21.
Good for a Bulldog first down.
And the Caddo Mills Foxes really running a 5-man front with 2 backers, 2 corners, and 2 safeties. Here's going to be a handoff to the right side. Riggs, he'll get outside for a moment, cut it up back in, and gain about 7 yards.
Josh Freeman and Blaine Jarrett in on the stop.
Mason Riggs on the carry.
So 11:32 on the second quarter clock. We're rolling here. Second down and 4 coming up. Bringing the play in. We think that's Sloan.
No, I think that's who that is. So it was last week.
So here's Wall under center. Man in motion. Mason Riggs, handoff left side. Matthews cutting through and still going forward to about the 5.
Josh Freeman made initial contact, just didn't wrap up. And
Jaden Matthews
was brought down by Cade Hayden.
Brought down by number 4, Cade Hayden.
So 11:05 is where the clock is. And it's a 1st and goal. They're
getting good for a Bulldog.
The Bulldog, you have to watch right here because it appears how they're on one of those rolls tonight where they could score at any moment. 2 men in the backfield. This is going to be left side handoff. Tyler Grisham looking to get in, and he is in. It is touchdown time in Texas for the Howe Bulldogs again. Tyler Grisham over left tackle, and he squirts through to give the Howe Bulldogs a 19-7 advantage awaiting this PAT. They may go for 2 here. Let's check. With 10:47 left to go in the second.
Yeah, Tyler drug Kalen Stanger in on us. He drug him into the end zone with him. These Caddo Mills defenders are getting pretty beat up right now.
So Grisham in, and they will go for 2. I formation, handoff Matthews, right side. He's in easily. Walk the dog. It is 21-7 with 10:47 left to go in the second. Back in a moment here at Ed Locker Stadium with more Howe Bulldog football.
In this very football season, we will experience extreme heat followed by the changing of the leaves and finally feel the cold chill of the November rain. Life changes, and sometimes it changes too fast. When you lose a loved one, you need a place of comfort and trust. Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory of Van Alstyne will provide you with that care. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins invite you to talk to their caring staff. They take pride in their responsibility to lighten your burden as you take the first steps towards healing.
Do you love coffee? Wish there was a local coffee shop to study, work, and get the best coffee drinks and baked goods in Texas? Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne is your dream come true. Carrie's Coffee Company serves the highest quality organic coffee and espresso drinks like cafe mocha, caramel macchiato, and cappuccino, plus iced coffee frappes with your favorite flavor. Visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne next to the post office, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to noon, and Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon.
Welcome back to Ed Locker Stadium. It is 21-6 now. Howe in the 7 rather. Howe in the lead with 10:47 left to go in the second. Oh, I need to change that, don't I?
Update the
Honeker's kick's going to be a wobbly one. It's going to bounce high, going to be taken by an up man. That's Dumeyer. He'll come near side for a few yards and be knocked down at about the 35-yard line.
J.P. Queen in on the stop for the Bulldogs.
So let me change this. I'm glad you brought that to my attention. It is the second quarter, Michael.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for pointing that out. I need a full-time updater.
Full-time updater? How about we can find somebody? Probably not tonight, though.
Probably not.
It's pretty warm in here tonight.
It's a little sticky in here tonight. 10:41 on the second quarter clock. Decker in shotgun formation. He rides Jarrett and hands off to him. Met at the line of scrimmage and brought down there after about maybe a foot gain.
Cameron Blesseye in on the stop. Looks like Blaine Jarrett's going to have to come out of the game. He lost his helmet. He'll have to come out one play.
Checking in is Josh Freeman, the big fullback. Where's number 99? That's something you don't see every day.
No, you don't. 99 and 00.
He's about the size of, well, he's bigger than Zach Daniels.
He is.
But Matt Griffin, maybe not that tall.
He's not as tall as Matt Griffin, but he's about that size.
Second down and 9. This is going to be a handoff. Met at the line of scrimmage and going nowhere. Runs into a brick wall called the Black Plague, and that will be a yard loss and a 3rd and long coming up.
Tanner Hartsfield, Mike Heppenstall, and Cameron Blesseye.
Hunter Aycock on the carry.
3rd and 10.
Stop on the play by number 55, Mike.
The White Plague, Stephen Braswell calls it, as wearing white jersey.
Short loss on the play brings up 3rd and 10.
So 3rd and 10, 9:28 and rolling here in the second quarter. Howe leading 21-7 at the beautiful Ed Locker Stadium.
Yeah, it is a nice stadium.
A really nice place. Beautiful surface. Flag will come in from the back judge, and we'll see what this is about. Grisham is the outside backer covering the inside slot, and they're going to wave off the flag. So no flag there. And Ty Harvey waves his arm in the air like, come on, man. Come on, guys.
I think he thought there were too many players on the Howe side.
Okay.
That's what it looked like he was counting.
Maybe too many Howe fans here, possibly. There's a lot of those.
You know, that's a pretty good crowd for
an hour drive.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So shotgun goes Decker, 8:59 rather, and he wants to throw the football. Drops back, looks across the middle, throws it deep right side. This one's going to be intercepted. Ty Harvey again. Have yourself a couple of weeks, Mr. Harvey.
I went up over Blaine Jarrett, caught that ball. You know, Harvey's going to be how tall is Harvey?
6'5".
6'5". It's going to be hard to get a pass past Mr. Harvey.
So the ball's going to be spotted at the 34-yard line, and Howe will take over there with 8:49 on the second quarter clock, and we'll see if Warm Butter Matthews continues his pace tonight.
Right.
2 men in the backfield. Wall is going to hand off. The first man through, that's Matthews, and he's gone. Kiss him goodbye. It's a foot race, and you aren't going to outrun him. It is touchdown time in Texas. 66 yards. First play of the drive, and that continues the Bulldogs' one-play drive that they keep doing.
Matthews rushes up the middle.
You know, they started that last week. We went, 3 or 4 rounds from one-play drive every time.
Warm Butter.
Yeah, he got through that line, and there's no catching him in a foot race.
So now Howe extends their lead 27-7. Awaiting this PAT by Honecker with 8:38. High snap brought down by Ross. The kick is up very high and very true. So that gives us a 28-7 lead here at Ed Locker Stadium over Caddo Mills with 8:38 left to go, and we'll be back in a moment.
Do you love coffee? Wish there was a local coffee shop to study, work, and get the best coffee drinks and baked goods in Texas? Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne is your dream come true. Carrie's Coffee Company serves the highest quality organic coffee and espresso drinks like cafe mocha, caramel macchiato, and cappuccino, plus iced coffee frappes with your favorite flavor. Visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne next to the post office, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to noon, and Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
Well, it was a one-play, 66-yard drive that took 11 seconds off the clock. And here we are with a 28-7 Howe lead at Ed Locker Stadium in Caddo Mills. Honecker on to bang this one away from his 40-yard line. Bulldogs moving right to left. Caddo Mills about to have the ball. It is a squib kick along the near side, going to be taken at the 31-yard line, making his way across the middle of the field and brought down by Blesseye and a few others, which actually goes backwards. The ball was fielded at the 31-yard line, and that was fielded by Zach Morrison, but he's going to lose 2 yards. I guess maybe just one. They'll spot the ball at the 30.
Corneau and Blesseye on the stop for the visitors.
Yeah, I never have figured out why, and it's not just tonight, but why players receive a kick or a pass and go backwards first.
First and 10, left to right, Caddo Mills. 2 men in the backfield. Two motion men at the same time. And this is going to be Hammonds on the quarterback direct snap. And he'll gain out to the left side of the line about 6 or 7 yards.
Cameron Blesseye and Mike Heppenstall in on the stop.
They'll spot the ball at the 38-yard line, which is a gain of about 8. So a direct snap, as not in the game,
9-yard gain
is the quarterback Michael Decker.
2nd and 1.
Out of the game. So there's 3 men in the backfield, and Peyton Hammonds is playing the role of quarterback right here in his shotgun, and he's going to keep it running over right tackle, and he's met for a first down, but not much more after that, about a 2 or 3 yard gain. It's going to be right at the, well, he gets a good spot from the near sideline, Judge, not so good from the far, but it's, I think, going to be enough for a first down as they'll spot it at the 40-yard line. So they'll move the sticks here. It'll be a first down. 7:44 on the clock here in the second quarter. 28-7. Howe leading.
Yeah, and, we can't. He got that first down, but Tanner Hartsfield punished him before he got it.
First and 10, left to right. Again, no sign of Michael Decker as the flag. And there's Decker in the backfield. So he's back at quarterback. It'll be a false start against Caddo Mills, so back it up. 1st and 15 coming up.
Play on the play is false start on the
So instead of being at the 41-yard line, it'll now be at the 36. No, actually started at the 30.
Makes it 1st and
almost
15.
the 34. That's about a 5.5-yard penalty. You ever see that?
No, I haven't. It's kind of like I hadn't seen 2 men in motion in the backfield before.
Yeah, you can't do that. So 1 man in the backfield here along with Decker, shotgun formation. He's going to keep it around the front of the line, and he's met and brought down for a loss of maybe 1. And
Decker
now
on the keeper.
Looks like a little extracurricular back here at the back.
Well, and again, it's the safety or cornerback Logan Banker.
Yeah, and he's just maybe he feels picked on tonight.
I'd be a little upset too, if I was getting punished tonight. 6:49 here in the second quarter. 2nd down and 17. Shotgun for Decker. Gets it, drops back 1 step, looks across the left, and it's going to be caught by Richardson, but met immediately at the 40-yard line. So a gain of about 6, but it's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 10 coming up.
Look like Hartsfield and Seth Seabolt in on the stop.
8-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd and 9.
So a 3-man front, 34 defense for Howe. 3rd and 9, we'll call it. Decker in the gun, looks right side, throws deep, flag down, looking for Ross, and it falls incomplete as he was trying to hit
Decker's pass
his
falls
wideout,
incomplete.
Logan Banker. It was Ross in coverage, and he was the closest one to the football, but a flag is
There's a
down.
flag on the play.
And no signal yet. There was movement up front, as Stephen Braswell points out. It's not really a yellow flag. It's kind of a mustard.
Call is offsides on the defense.
So it'll be against Howe. They'll move this one 5 yards.
5-yard penalty.
So 3rd and 4 coming
Remains
up.
3rd down.
And Decker did the smart thing. He knew it was against Howe. He assumed it was against Howe, so he threw the deep ball down the right side. But it fell incomplete. 3rd and 4 coming up right here. Decker stops, pauses, looks to the sideline for a play. And now Jarrett will stand to his right. Man in motion is Richardson from left to right to the near side. Decker drops back 3 steps, looks right, setting up the screen, and it falls incomplete and almost intercepted by Brennan Ross.
Almost in and out of his hands.
They set up the screen to Richardson. It was a little bit too high off the right hand of Richardson, and the ball kept sailing a little bit. Ross came in coverage, and it fell right off his hands.
He almost picked that one off.
So
if he'd have picked it off, been nothing but green.
4th and 4, and now we have a punt coming up.
6:04 on the clock.
28-7, Howe in the lead. Decker in punt formation. He'll get this one off. It's a high wobbly kick. Andrew Griffin calls for the fair catch and lets it bounce, and this one's going to bounce a long way. All the way back inside the 5, and that's about where they'll kill it. Right, I think right at the 5-yard line. Maybe the 4. It's just inside the 5. So a bad decision there by Griffin to let that one go. So
5-yard line.
Howe looks like they'll take over at the 4 with
Howe will
5:50
take over 1st and 10 from the 4.
left to go in the second quarter, leading 28-7.
Looks like we had a little Coach Hudson out about midfield talking to the referee. Looked like maybe he was getting on to him at the snap of the ball. Looked like the center may have been jerking the ball a couple of times before he snapped it.
So look out here for warm butter and 96 yards.
There we go. We need to make sure we don't go backwards.
Everybody tight from their own 4-yard line. Howe, handoff, right side. And I believe that's Matthews, and it is over the right tackle. He'll gain enough to get out of the shadow of the end zone. Not enough for the first down, but good for about 6 yards.
Kalen Stanger in on the stop. Boy, I can't wait to hear this replay, man. Interesting what
6-yard
Stanger
gain on the
sounds
carry.
like.
Brings up
I
2nd
bet
and
people
4.
make fun of him because they say Stanger.
Well, that's his, yeah.
It's just,
Yeah,
it's his name,
it's
I
A.
promise.
It's A, not I. Stanger, right?
Right.
Here's a handoff to Cade Courtney around the right edge, and he's brought down. Is that Matthews?
Yes.
I thought that
Matthews
was
on the
Courtney
carry
for
once
a
again.
Courtney
a
brought the
moment.
play in.
Gainer on
So
the
that'll
stop
bring
of
up
the
a
boxes.
3rd and short for Howe after a short gain.
Short
It
gain
looks
on the
like
play. Brings up
3rd and
3rd
about
1.
maybe 1.5. We're
Yeah.
at the 4:56 mark here in the second quarter. Howe moving right to left, leading 28-7. This is going to be a handoff, near side. Good enough for a first down at the 20-yard line.
Again, Clay Marshall is just taking this safety just out of the play.
Kate Hayden on the stop of the boxes.
So 1st and 10
Gain
for
good
Howe.
for a Bulldog first down.
Everybody tight, wall under center. This is going to be a handoff on the far side. Mason Riggs, who lost the football. Riggs went around the right end, lost the football, and that is the first turnover of the night. That, the old saying is, for every sophomore you play, you will lose one game. Well, I don't think they're in that situation tonight, at least early on, but those are mistakes you can't make, and that is a sophomore mistake as he is stripped right there, and Caddo Mills with a great chance to score right here before the half at the Howe 24-yard line. Shotgun formation. This is going to be a handoff. Jarrett up the middle, good for about 6 yards. Now, you almost wonder why they have gotten away from this, because on the very first drive, Jarrett was really good at running straight up the middle. They've kind of gotten away from that since that early drive.
And
5-yard gain
you
on
would
play,
figure
brings up
you'd get a
2nd and
heavy
5.
dose of that coming up here, but you do see trips right side here.
Tanner Hartsfield in on the stop. Man in motion.
There's Richardson in motion from right to left. Shotgun, Decker. He's going to give it to Jarrett, running right side, trying to get outside. He does for a moment, now escapes, and he's gone. And it is a touchdown for Caddo Mills. And you knew it was coming, 19 yards for the touchdown.
Touchdown, 19 yards.
And you hope, for Mason Riggs anyway, that doesn't spark something else for the Foxes.
Yeah, he got that outside edge.
Marcus Basilio on to attempt the point.
Made that corner.
Short drive there, 34 yards, as Basilio is on for the PAT. Decker to hold. Trying to make it 14, and he will bang this one through. 28-14. Howe still in the lead, but the fumble sets up the touchdown for Caddo Mills. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football.
28.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only.
Where you get great food and big smiles, and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players. Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
If you haven't been to downtown Howe lately, you might be surprised. All the buildings are full, including the unique retail experiences of Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium. Located at 107 and 109 East Haining Street, the two antique and gift shops offer unique items that are rarely available in the Howe area, but with Howe area prices. Come and enjoy this trip back in time to the Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium, open noon to 8, Thursdays through Saturday. Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium.
Yard line.
Welcome back to Ed Locker Stadium as the Caddo Mills Foxes have scored and shrunken the lead a little bit, 28-14. Howe still in the lead. There's 3 minutes and 50 cents left before the
50
half.
cents.
It was a 19-yard touchdown by the running back Blaine Jarrett, his second of the night. Okay. Here's the kick by Basilio. It's a onside kick, but it's going to be taken by Howe. And that's Blessai who recovered it, and Howe will start in pretty good shape here at the 47-yard line. On their own side of the field, but near midfield with 3:50 on the clock. Moving right to left still here in the second quarter. Again, Howe's going to get the football back in the second half to start it because they won the coin toss and elected to defer.
First and 10 from their own 47-yard line.
And
yeah, I heard that.
Here come the Bulldogs out right to left. This is Harvey split out wide, and it's going to be a handoff right side. Tyler Grisham, he runs forward, runs through a defender for 5 yards into Caddo Mills territory.
Tyler Grisham on the carry to the right side.
So
Aaron Taylor on the stop.
Aaron Taylor.
So again, Howe is 1-4 lifetime against Caddo Mills.
4-yard gain on the
play. The series goes back to 1986. They've only played in 86, 87, in 2012 and 13. Here's a handoff the left side, and that's Grisham again coming near side, and he's got the 45-yard line.
Carry this time to the left side.
How you think Jesse's girls watching?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was awesome, man. That was great.
That was a lot of fun to do. Landry Roten, I know, is on the sideline over there. She is the water girl. She actually does serve water to the guys. Third and short, handoff. Jaden Matthews tripped up at the line of scrimmage. One of the first times tonight that the warm butter was frozen a little bit on that play. It'll be fourth and short for the Bulldogs.
Stringer.
But, hey, are we at Riverboat Gambler time?
I bet we are.
This is close. You're in Caddo Mills territory. It is 4th and 1. And I think Howe's going to want to talk about it. They want to figure out what they want to do here because this is classic Zach Hudson, roll the dice territory. And let's keep it here, Michael, and let's talk about it because the options are, Jaden Matthews has literally run wild in this first half. But that's the first time he's been tripped up.
Right.
It would be completely different right now had Mason Riggs not fumbled, and Caddo Mills scored off of that fumble.
You got.
But now it's a little bit tighter. It's a 2-touchdown game. So you think, well, if you go for it here, the risk reward, you have to play it out. The risk reward is there's 2:39 on the clock. And if you don't get it, you leave plenty of time to run the football and score for Caddo Mills. If you do get it, obviously you can extend the lead back to 3 touchdowns.
Right.
But if you punt and trap them back deep, then it obviously takes a lot longer, and we only have 2:39. It looks like I formation. Mason Riggs. This is going to be a handoff. First man through Matthews. Men at the line of scrimmage. Surges forward, but I'm not sure. It's going to be close. The line judge on the far sideline gave a left-footed spot, and the line judge on the near side had a little bit of a better spot.
Stanger on the stop.
But I believe it's going to be short. They may pull the chains. I think they're going to have to pull the chains. Stephen Braswell says it's short.
I say it's close.
And it appears that it's going to be short because Howe defense is on the field. And the Caddo Mills offense has come on the field. But they are going to pull the chains. So we'll see what happens. But it looks like it's going to be, and Braswell even says 3 inches. We'll see. All right.
The joys of the crowd, Mike.
Here's those chains. They're going to start pulling. It's going to be close. You're going to hear a cheer from one side or the other here. And come on, pull the chains. My heart's beating a little fast. And it is Caddo Mills football.
Yeah, it's short.
So turnover on downs for Howe. Or the that and one of the very few times that the Riverboat Gambler goes for it and comes up, with 2 threes.
Right.
From their 43-yard line.
That was how dramatic was that train?
Boy, they it's like a movie.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Slow motion.
Yeah. 2:34 before half. And Caddo Mills has the ball at their own 43-yard line now. Trying to score before the half. Shotgun formation, Decker, handoff, Jarrett. Lots of running room. And it closes quickly, but he does gain about 4. Griffin makes the stop, and the ball spotted at the 48-yard line. Clock rolling here on the run, 2:20 on the clock. 2 receivers near side. And that'll be Banker and Richardson. Jarrett and Hammonds in the backfield, and now whistles blow before this one can get underway. The clock is stopped momentarily at 2:07. Respotting the ball a yard back. So 2nd down and 6 now, and not 2nd down and 5. 2:07 on the clock as now the clock starts again. Hammonds and Jarrett in the backfield along with Decker in shotgun formation. Looks right, wants to throw the screen pass. Caught by Banker, gets a good block at the 43-yard line and a first down.
Andrew Griffin made the stop.
Clock will roll here once they move the sticks. Right now it's at a $1:58. And Caddo Mills trying to score right here quickly before the half expires. 2 men in the backfield. Decker wants to keep it up the middle, and he has some room. Spins out of a tackle, and it's going to be brought down at the first down marker. Maybe a first down, maybe just short at the 34-yard line.
Tripped up by J.P. Queen.
Stop on the play.
It's going to be short of a first down. The clock, I thought, was stopped for a moment. Now it's rolling at 1:39. Same formation. And this is going to be a handoff. Jarrett left side. He's got a great block to the left side. He's got some room. He's got a 34-yard touchdown. Uh-oh.
Touchdown.
28-20. With a minute 26 left to go in the half.
We may have ourselves
34-yard gain on the play. On to attempt the point after touchdown, number 50.
So
Marcos
Jarrett
Facilio.
and Caddo Mills continue to chip away at that big lead Howe had. His 3rd touchdown of the night.
Basilio on for the PAT. A bad snap. Decker's going to have to run for it. Looks right in the end zone, wants to throw it, and it is intercepted in the end zone. Trying to run it out, thankfully brought down in the end zone, is Seth Siebold. And that will be, well, there's an official down in the end zone. So we will have maybe an extended timeout. But after the missed PAT, Howe leads by 8, 28-20 with $1:26 left to go before the half. We'll be back in just a moment on HoweEnterprise.com.
What is Cavender Home Theater? Do we only do those big fancy media rooms? Heck no. We started in 1978 installing TV antennas. Guess what? We still do and get over 40 Dallas channels that way for our customers. Along the way, we had requests to install speakers, mount TVs, or install dish, so now we do it all. From hooking up a TV with a soundbar to whole house audio with all the bells and whistles. Visit CavenderHT.com to see all we have to offer or call 903-892-3499.
Think back to the best fried pies you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. Sweetie Pies has handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 972-821-1508. You must try Sweetie Pie's signature fried pie, Sawdust. I'm not even kidding.
Welcome back as the official was able to get up off the field. There's a minute 26 left to go before the half. Howe leading 28-20. This one, you thought for a moment was going to go the other way in a hurry as Howe led 28-7 at the 8:38 mark here in the second quarter. But 7 minutes later, it's a different story. Howe's had a big fumble by Mason Riggs that was eventually scored on by Caddo Mills. And here's the kick. Bobbled a little bit, now coming near side, and that is Riggs again, and he is going to go down at about the 18-yard line. So Howe will start at their own 18.
Mason Riggs on the
with
return.
a minute 16 on the clock. Going to desperately try to get in the end zone and get that momentum back. Howe has lost all momentum in this football game as Caddo Mills has taken advantage of the Howe mistakes.
Over 1st and 10 from their 17-yard line.
Yeah, we can't. They can't get down now, and I don't think they will. I think they'll bounce back.
Elvington in the game, and bringing the play in will be Cooper Akins. I formation, handoff. Matthews right side, mid at the line of scrimmage. They're starting to figure out Matthews a little bit. It took them a quarter and a half to figure out Matthews, but they appear to be doing so. A minute 3 on the clock before the half.
Colton Stringer in on the stop for Caddo Mills.
About a 1-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 9. Howe moving right to left. Kind of taking their time a little bit here. No sense of urgency. Cade Courtney brings the play in. 45 seconds. I think Howe will be content now with no further damage. Wall under center. Hands off near side. Brought down in the backfield. I believe that's Akins on that reverse play, but Caddo Mills starting to make some adjustments.
The Bulldogs stopped in the backfield by
Kalen Stanger in on the stop.
We're under 25 seconds left to go in the half. It's 3rd and 9, and I don't think you'll see much here. But Caddo Mills has all the momentum here going into the locker room at Ed Locker Stadium. Howe is going to leave the field, and Caddo Mills clapping their hands, pumping their fists.
Ladies and gentlemen, that
They're pretty happy about what's taken place the last 8 minutes of this football game, narrowing the gap from 28-7 to 28-20 here at the half. We'll be back with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
And the type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, it's something they can be proud of.
A word from Douglas Propane.
My tenured drivers are 5 to 7 years, and then our combined experience, you know, the benefit of the era that we live in is the smartphone era. Any of my staff have the ability at a moment's notice to pick up the phone, and my drivers can call my service staff, and my service can call my driver staff, and everyone can get a hold of us. And then we have a staff 24-hour answering service.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud graduate of Howe High School. The great leadership from our teachers and coaches helped me be able to become one of the few certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
Welcome back here at Ed Locker Stadium in Caddo Mills. The Howe Band, the Pride of Howe, is about to start their performance as Kaylee Dwyer, the drum major, is about ready. She tells the crowd that she's ready, and we'll listen to that during this halftime show.
Steady cat over there if I move. I'm gonna buy those next year. Hey, you just pay for them and I'll take them. No, you said you was done this year. I don't know how y'all got them. We've been on this since kindergarten. See, I don't need it. Probably because you only need 2. I need like 5. That's the carriers.
In this very football season, we will experience extreme heat followed by the changing of the leaves and finally feel the cold chill of the November rain. Life changes, and sometimes it changes too fast. When you lose a loved one, you need a place of comfort and trust. Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory of Van Alstyne will provide you with that care. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins invite you to talk to their caring staff. They take pride in their responsibility to lighten your burden as you take the first steps towards healing.
Do you love coffee? Wish there was a local coffee shop to study, work, and get the best coffee drinks and baked goods in Texas? Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne is your dream come true. Carrie's Coffee Company serves the highest quality organic coffee and espresso drinks like cafe mocha, caramel macchiato, and cappuccino, plus iced coffee frappes with your favorite flavor. Visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne next to the post office, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to noon, and Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
All Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only.
Where you get great food and big smiles, and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players. Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
If you haven't been to downtown Howe lately, you might be surprised. All the buildings are full, including the unique retail experiences of Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium. Located at 107 and 109 East Haining Street, the two antique and gift shops offer unique items that are rarely available in the Howe area, but with Howe area prices. Come and enjoy this trip back in time to the Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium, open noon to 8, Thursdays through Saturday. Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium.
Welcome back. We are at the halftime show as the Howe cheerleaders are doing their performance at midfield in front of the Caddo Mills crowd. Their sponsor is up here. If you're a Howe person, you know her as Pam Langford. If you're new to Howe, you know her as Pam Kirby. She is a cheerleading sponsor and has been in that position for quite some time now as the cheerleaders are doing their thing on the field. Quite impressive. What it was impressive is a tale of two quarters, I believe, Michael, as the first quarter was dominated by Howe. We even called Jaden Matthews warm butter because he could do whatever he wanted at will. And then the fumble happened in the second quarter. Early on, the fumble. And matter of fact, why don't we recap this, Michael, before we get too far into this thing? Because that's when it changed. The Caddo Mills took the ball. Caddo Mills Foxes took the ball first because Howe won the coin toss and elected to defer to the second half, which means they'll get the ball here in just a few moments. But they gave it to the Foxes, who started at their own 17, and they drove quickly down the field, and it was a 2-yard touchdown by the running back Blaine Jarrett, who started the scoring for this football game, and Caddo Mills led 7-0 with 7:15 gone in the first quarter, or 7:15 on the clock in the first quarter. Howe took it on their first possession at their own 35-yard line with 7:08 left to go in the first. And it was Jaden Matthews who scored on a 20-yard touchdown to cap off the 65-yard drive. Howe tied the game at 7 apiece with 6:19 on the clock. Caddo Mills was forced to punt as the Black Plague stepped up. Howe took the ball at their own 22-yard line and went 78 yards. And it was capped off by a 16-yard Mason Riggs touchdown with 1:51 left to go in the first. Howe led 13-6 at that point.
after a missed PAT. Caddo Mills took the ball at their own 25-yard line, and it was Cooper Akins who intercepted a pass from quarterback Michael Decker, and that gave Howe the ball with 28 seconds left to go in the first quarter at their own 47-yard line. And moments later, into the second quarter, Tyler Grisham scored from 5 yards out, his 7th of the year. Jaden Matthews ran a 2-point conversion to give Howe a 21-6 lead with 10:47 left to go in the second quarter. Caddo Mills comes right back at their own 35 with 10:47 left in the second, and Ty Harvey intercepts the pass. So that sets up Howe at their own 34-yard line with 8:49 left to go before the half. A one-play 66-yard drive by warm butter Jaden Matthews. That's what we called him in the first quarter and midway through the early parts of the second quarter, as Howe extended their advantage 28-7 with 8:38 left to go in the second. But then things changed. Caddo Mills got the ball at their own 30, and they did have to punt. And Howe got the ball at their own 4. When they punted, it was Andrew Griffin who didn't catch the punt, and it rolled all the way back to the 4-yard line. Howe was running it out of the 4, and they did a pretty good job of getting out of their own end zone. But Mason Riggs fumbled, and that gave Caddo Mills life at the Howe 34-yard line. And just moments later, Jarrett scored again from 19 yards out, and that cut the lead in half, 28-14 with 3:50 left to go before the half. Howe got it back and tried to go for a 4th down and 1 conversion near midfield at the 47 that turned the ball over on downs. They were stopped for one of the few times tonight. Caddo Mills got the ball back officially at the 43-yard line with 2:34 left to go in the half. And it was a 34-yard touchdown by Blaine Jarrett, his 3rd of the night. A bad snap and a PAT interception by Seth Siebold gave us our 28-20 halftime score. Howe got the ball back with a $1:16 left to go before the half ended, but they just killed the clock, as that was basically it. And here we are, 28-20, and Caddo Mills Fox's band is on the field, Michael.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's some strong conversation going on in the Bulldog locker room, but I think they're going to come out. I think they're going to be fine.
You know, you don't want to harp on the sophomore mistake, the fumble.
Right.
You know, those things are going to happen. You just have to overcome them in these big battles like this. And
it's just something that happened, and unfortunately, Caddo Mills capitalized on it. But I think they'll regroup, and I think they'll come back on fire.
It's a little concerning that in the latter part of the second quarter, the Caddo Mills defense seemed to kind of figure out that front 7.
Right. That is a concern. Stephen and I talked about it just a few minutes ago. They kind of figured out a couple of things there, but they'll make some adjustments, and Coach West will he'll make his adjustments, and I think they'll come back in a different. They'll come back ready to play. Howe Bulldog football.
Hey, there's still a half, and the Bulldogs leading by 8. Going to get the football back here to start the second half. Going to be in great position to extend the lead here if they can just keep doing what they were doing in the first quarter,
right?
Getting those great blocks. Now, it looked as if what Caddo Mills did was they adjusted from a 5-man front to more of a load the box situation, which could set up another Harvey Wallbanger.
Right, it could. We do have that option now, and it was a good option last year.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. Actually, let's let you listen to this Caddo Mills Fox's band for just a moment.
You may now take the field for your halftime performance.
On HoweEnterprise.com. Our drum major is quicker. Yeah.
Here we go. I think we're just about ready now. All right, a riveting performance there by the Caddo Mills Foxes marching band. Hey, if you haven't seen the Jesse Portman video yet and Tyler Grisham, you might want to check it out. It's to Jesse's Girl. They redid it, and it was hilarious. Landry Roten played the girl, Jesse's girl. She's a senior, and Jesse, of course, is in 5th grade.
5th grade.
Jesse says at school to one of his buddies, he was so nervous because she's a senior, he's in 5th grade. In this little skit they did, he had to kiss her on the cheek and hold hands with her and all that stuff, and he was so embarrassed and nervous and all this. Anyway, he told his buddy, he said, I was so nervous because that's not a girl, that's a woman. So Landry's dad is up here. He's a coach, Coach Wes Roten here at Howe High School. And I just talked to him a second ago. And I said, hey, I guess you saw that video. And he said, yeah, I saw it. And I told him that same story about her being a woman, and he said, yeah, because he's the middle school assistant principal, and he said, yeah, I saw Jesse at school the next day, and I walked up to him, I put my hand on his shoulder, and I said, don't you ever kiss my daughter again. And he said Jesse's eyes lit up huge.
Poor Jesse.
He got scared the night before and got scared again the next day.
Poor Jesse.
Why do I keep doing this to him?
I don't know, but that was absolutely. And, Tyler, son, I love you. You're a great guy. But you have no rhythm whatsoever. None.
My wife said the same thing. She said those boys are so white.
No rhythm. They tried really hard, and they look really good with the guitars, but just no rhythm.
Yeah. I was here back in '87. I was in 8th grade, and we rode with one of my friend's moms drove to this game here in Caddo Mills. It was at the other stadium. I can't even tell you where it is. But we were riding through, I'll remember this because we were riding through town, and we stopped and asked a guy, how do you get to the stadium? And here comes Caddo Mills back on the field, and they're still pumping their arms a little bit, excited after what happened in the last 8 minutes. But it was Mickey Horton, by the way. We were driving to the game, and Mickey stops and asks somebody, she goes, well, I'm going to ask this guy how to get to the Caddo Mills football stadium. So she rolls down the window, and she says, hey, how do we get to the stadium? And this old guy says, well, I'll tell you what you do. You go down here, make a right, make a left, and the stadium is where the old schoolhouse used to be. Used to be. We looked at each other and just started laughing. We don't really know where the old schoolhouse used to be.
That's funny.
But we do know where we're at tonight. We're at Ed Locker Stadium, and the Howe Bulldogs have come back on the field, and they're going to get the football first here in just a few moments as the kickoff team for Caddo Mills is lining up right now.
Yeah, they're ready. Caddo Mills is up.
They want to get back out here. They had a tremendous last 8 minutes of this football game, and they are not taking any time getting back out on the football field. The Bulldogs will receive. They'll be moving right to left just as a moment ago to start this second half. As we are just about to be underway here in the third quarter. Howe leads 28-20, but the Big Mo is all on Caddo Mills' side. And it is
to kick it off the second half.
Brandon Wall deep now and not Mason Riggs. Here's the kick, going to go deep in Wall's direction and Andrew Griffin's direction. He makes the catch at the 10-yard line, coming up the near hash, rolls over a defender.
That boy's going to know in the morning that he just met Andrew Griffin.
Well, Marcos Aguilar met Andrew Griffin and went backwards a little bit. And Howe will start
for the Bulldogs
at their own 20.
Marcos Aguilar on the stop.
8-yard line.
He's doing a little hand dance here, and he met Andrew Griffin the hard way.
So here's Howe with 11:54 officially on the clock, moving right to left. Everybody up to the line. Wall under center. Man in motion is Mason Riggs, and they fumble the snap to start the second half. That's not a good omen.
No, it's not.
A fumbled snap
Recovered by Wall.
to start. Wall recovers, and that gives just some more attitude to Caddo Mills to turn to the crowd. Hammonds turns to the crowd, waves his arms to get them off their seats here. And you can tell by the crowd they are really excited. Trailing by 8 in the second quarter. Wall under center, handoff, left side, nowhere to go, maybe a yard. Quickly, 3rd and long coming up for Howe.
Guy Payne made the stop for Caddo Mills.
Tyler Grisham is stopped.
So Grisham officially gets the carry and gains 2 yards. 3rd and 8 coming up.
Andrew Griffin and Ty Harvey checking into the game.
We are just underway. Cooper Akins checks out here in the second half.
You got to know Andrew Griffin's in the backfield.
Griffin gets the toss. Right side, runs straight up the middle, runs hard. Crosses the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Griffin on the carry.
And a 4th down coming up as Griffin ran like he was like a scared squirrel across the street. But he ran fast.
He did. He run hard. You know, Andrew Griffin runs hard.
I shouldn't say a scared squirrel, but what I mean is he ran really fast.
Right.
And didn't insinuate that he was scared at all. 4th and 3 there.
You give Andrew Griffin the ball and somebody's going to know they've been hit.
Punt formation for Brandon Wall. There are 3 receivers to the right, but he quickly punts this one away. Straight up punt. It's going to not be very far. Bounces at the 48 and takes a great Howe bounce, however, inside the 35-yard line. So it turns out to be a little bit better than what we anticipated because of the huge bounce. What turns into about a 10-yard punt goes to about 25 because of a 15-yard bounce. So Howe not doing what they want to do to start the second half. Caddo Mills will have the ball with 9:53 here in the third quarter from their own 35-yard line. Moving left to right, man in motion. Shotgun, Decker gives the hand up the middle, and I believe that's Hammonds.
Hammonds on the carry.
And he'll gain 2 yards.
Tripped up by Andrew Griffin and finished off by J.P. Queen.
So they're going to move the ball back a little bit and spot it at the 38.
Looking across there on the Howe side, looks like Michelle Carney's back tonight.
She is. Welcome back, Michelle.
Welcome back.
Can't keep her down very long. And here's a handoff. That's Hammonds again. He's shot out of a cannon. Going to be close to a first down at the 45-yard line.
Tanner Hartsfield in on the stop for the Bulldogs.
So it's either going to be a first down or it's going to be a little bit short. And I think it's going to be a little bit short with the nose of the football touching the 45-yard line. There's 9:14 and rolling here in the third quarter. Caddo Mills trailing 28-20 to Howe.
Brings up a 3rd and short.
And the Bulldogs just at one point had a 28-7 lead. But that is quickly vanishing here. 3rd and short.
Again, 2 men in motion. I don't know how that works.
Well, it was pre-snap, a direct snap to Hammonds. He has the first down and more, crossing into Howe territory at the 48-yard line.
Ty Harvey and Seth Seabolt in on the stop.
You know, you need a stop here.
Once again on the carry. Seth Seabolt on the stop.
And
good for a Caddo Mills.
But another first down. 8:42 on the clock. Left to right, looking for the play. Decker on the near sideline. He is not in the game. This is the 3 back set direct snap situation. And they don't know what the play is. They're going to have to call a timeout or they're going to have to figure it out in a hurry. And they figure it out in a hurry. And now they move. There's 2 men in motion again. There's direct snap to Hammonds, who juggles it, and Blesseye is right in his face, and someone strips it away, and Howe has recovered at the 35-yard line.
Tanner Hartsfield stripped the ball and then recovered it.
And now Hartsfield is a little bit gimpy, I think, as he is struggling to get off the field there. Something about his right leg, but he's getting off the field.
After the fumble.
So Howe now will take over at the 36-yard line with a great chance to score here with 8:09 on the clock at the Caddo Mills 34-yard line, 36-yard line.
Looked like Connor Jackson checked in for Tanner Hartsfield.
Here's a handoff. Right side, Matthews escapes one defender. He's got some good room out to the 23-yard line and a first down on a first play, the first play of the drive here. And that's the Matthews that we saw in the first quarter. Still no Hartsfield.
12-yard gain on the play.
Into the game for the Bulldogs is Michael Heimel to take his spot. And we'll keep an eye on Tanner Hartsfield, Stephen Braswell. 1st and 10, right to left with the Bulldogs. And this is going to be a handoff. Matthews right side, bounces it out and gains 5 yards to about the 18-yard line.
Josh Freeman in on a stop for Caddo Mills.
You know, this is very important for Howe to extend the lead. And here comes an injured player for
Owens and Baker on the stop for the Foxes.
The Caddo Mills Foxes. That's Logan Banker. We've called his name a little bit. He's really took a punishing in the first quarter, and he comes off with a little injury right there. He's going to be a handoff near side. That's usually Tyler Grisham. It's going to be enough for a first down at the 12-yard line.
Joshua Owens in on the stop.
So Grisham gets off the pile, and they'll move the sticks. 1st and 10 for Howe at the 12.
Stop on the play by number 4, Cade Hayden.
Howe hurrying to the line, trying to get there before a defensive player can get on the field. There's a handoff. Grisham fighting forward, and he'll gain just a couple. It was Cody Banks hustling onto the field, trying to get in there as fast as he could, and Wall was trying to snap it before he got into place, but Banks got into place and nearly made the tackle. 2nd down and 7 coming up for Howe. 6:40 on the third quarter clock. Howe desperately needs to extend the lead right here.
Cade Courtney brings the play in.
In great shape to do so at the 6-yard line. I formation. Riggs dots the I. Matthews gets the carry. Right side. He is very close, and he is down at the 3-yard line. 3-yard carry will set up an interesting 3rd and 2.
Aaron Taylor made the stop.
Howe can have really 8 chances to get in right here, or a couple, not 8, but maybe 6 chances to get in right here. Handoff, left side. Grisham, in, bang, touchdown. It is touchdown time in Texas. Tyler Grisham runs it over from the 3-yard line, and that desperately needed touchdown to extend the lead gives Howe a 34-20 advantage with 5:54 on the third quarter clock awaiting this PAT.
Yeah, Cade Hayden made initial contact with Tyler, but he just unsuccessfully got run over.
So that is Grisham's 8th touchdown of the year. The PAT is banged hard through 35-20. Howe in the lead with 5:54 left to go in the third quarter. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog action on HoweEnterprise.com.
In these days of fast-paced lives and fast-talking salespeople, it's nice to know you can still count on your local dish retailer, Cavender Home Theater, with folks right here in your area to tell you the honest truth. Dish simply costs less for the very same channels. For your home or business, Dish and Cavender's has it at a reasonable price with old-fashioned service. Call Cavender Home Theater at 903-892-3499 today and experience an expert who's happy to answer all your questions. Or go to CavenderTV.com. Do it now.
Think back to the best fried pies you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. Sweetie Pies has handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 972-821-1508. You must try Sweetie Pie's signature fried pie, Sawdust. I'm not even kidding.
Welcome back as Tyler Grisham has just scored his 8th touchdown of the year. Howe extends their lead 35-20 with 5:54 on the clock. And now Caddo Mills has scored once off a Howe fumble, and Howe has scored once off of a Caddo Mills fumble, and we seem to be even in that category. Here is Honecker, a little pooch kick to the near side, going to be taken on that near side, looking for a seam and brought down immediately A nice tackle down around the ankles by Cade Courtney, and a flag down right near that tackle, and we'll see what that is. 5:49 on the clock here in the third quarter. Howe leading 35-20. Now, Tanner Hartsfield came back in the game on that touchdown run, so that's good news.
Yeah, it's already hot in here, and then you get the coughing. That makes it worse.
So the flag is going to be against Caddo Mills.
Flag is a
holding infraction
on the Foxes.
So instead of starting at the 37, they should start around the 27, and that's where he'll put the ball down. So
after the mark off, Caddo Mills will take over
at their own 27-yard line, 5:49 on that third quarter clock. And now the defense is going to have to match the offense and shut down Caddo Mills on this possession and kind of get back to where they were. That's what the Bulldogs want to do. Richardson in motion from right to left. This is going to be a handoff quickly at the line of scrimmage and quickly down. Second down and 10 coming up.
And Drew Griffin in on the stop.
A helmet was lost, and that is Cody Banks, the junior. He'll run off the field. He puts his helmet back on, but he has to come off the field. And checking in.
No gain on the play. Second down.
Is Hunter Acock will check in for Caddo Mills.
Timeout, Caddo Mills.
Second down and 10. We'll take 1-2. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
And the type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask. And
memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
when people come here, you know, it's something they can be proud of.
A word from Douglas Propane.
Working at Douglas, you are a member of the family. You do get to see Brad and Diane and the members of the family. We've just entered into our third generation of the family. Whitney has joined as credit manager. You're in there with the family, and they treat you as such. We appreciate our customer base in Howe and surrounding communities, and go Bulldogs. Have a great year.
Welcome back to Ed Locker Stadium. This is going to be Decker, handoff Jarrett, and he's trying to find that corner. He's done so many times. He does find the corner and escapes a couple of defenders on his way to a first down run at the 40-yard line. He had to really walk the tight wire right there down the edge. And I thought for a moment, how in the world did he stay in bounds along the sideline there? But apparently he did. Escaped a couple of defenders on his way to a first down at the 41-yard line.
Tanner Hartsfield made the stop.
First and 10, left to right. Caddo Mills in their all green uniforms with white numbers and white helmets. The days of the Texas logo were gone. It's the CM on the logo on the helmet. This is Decker, and a pass caught,
complete to the right side, number 5,
but brought down immediately, and a flag down. It's going to be Harvey in coverage. The pass was caught by Garrett Moody, the senior, one of the very few seniors on this offense and defense. This is a very junior-laden team here in Caddo Mills, and it's going to be offsides against Howe. So they'll spot the ball. They're going to start, and they'll move it 5 yards. The 5-yard penalty was better than the 4-yard gain, so they'll take that. Exactly 5 minutes on the clock here in the third quarter. Howe leading 35-20. Really need a stop here. Put some distance between your opponent, and that's what Zach Hudson's trying to do. Get that black plague to step up. And tonight it's white, but let's see what they can do on 1st and 5. Shotgun formation. Decker into the game. 1 man in the backfield. Richardson goes in motion from left to right. The shotgun snap is good. Decker pumps right under pressure and is sacked from behind. And it is J.P. Queen, and Decker tried to shuffle pass it forward, but it was ruled incomplete. Or was he sacked?
I think he was down before he shuffled it.
Well, they're going to spot the ball back at the line of scrimmage.
Short loss on the play.
No, that's right.
Second and
That's right. 5-yard sack.
5-yard loss on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down and 10 here. 4:32 and rolling. And Decker will be in the gun. Nice play there by J.P. Queen. Man in motion from right to left. And this is going to be Jarrett on the keeper. Escapes one defender. He's got some speed. Look out to the 50. And down after another first down to the 45-yard line. You almost wonder, and there's an injured Bulldog down on the far sideline. And a very injured Bulldog. And it appears to be Brennan Ross. And they're checking out a lower extremity there. And not sure the time frame here. Ricky Ake is on the trainer for the Howe Bulldogs, and he is tending to him. It may just be cramps, and Ross has suffered through that a lot so far. And it appears to be cramps as Ake is stretching out that toe, and it'll appear to be. It's been a pretty warm season so far. We're talking about the 5th game, and it's been really hot in all 5 games, and those cramps are.
Well, according to this school clock here, it says it's 94 degrees.
It can't be right.
It keeps rolling 94.
Can't be right. Is that right? 94 degrees? Can't be right. Can't be right. The locals say, that's never right. So Brennan Ross gets up. There's 4:11 on the clock here in the 3rd, but another first down for Caddo Mills after the big run. And it is a calm, cool 83 degrees, but it may be 94 in this booth. I think they have the thermometer up in here.
That's what it is. It's reading from in here.
1st and 10, left to right, Caddo Mills. We're back ready for action here. 2 men in the backfield, along with Decker in shotgun formation. Pumps left, drops back 2 steps, wants to throw the deep ball down the field, and it is caught for a moment, but great coverage on the outside edge by Mason Riggs. When Brennan Ross went out of the game, they said, okay, we got you. We're going after the replacement of Brennan Ross.
Right.
And when Ross went out, Riggs came in. They're going to pick on the sophomore, and the sophomore made a good play right there.
He sure did. He said, pick on me a little more.
2nd down and 10 coming up. And Riggs still in the game, so we'll see what they do here. 4:03, clock stopped in the 3rd quarter. This is Decker rolling out right side, wants to throw near side, and it's off the fingertips of Richardson and goes out of bounds. Harvey was in coverage, but if Richardson had a good throw there, that would have been a nice gain of about 4 yards, but clock stops at 3:59. It's 3rd and 10 for Caddo Mills. And all of a sudden, you just wonder, you've got the kid Jarrett who gains about 10 yards every time he touches the ball. I'm a little bit baffled. 3rd and 10 coming up. 2 receivers, 1 to each side. And this is going to be Decker wanting to throw down the field. Left side is going to be caught. And that's Hammonds out of the backfield who makes the catch for a first down. It was Seabolt and Riggs in coverage. And it's going to be a gain of about 15, where they'll spot the ball close to the 26-yard line.
Looked like there may have been just a little bit of breakdown in coverage on that far side.
So 26 is where they'll spot the ball. 3:50 on the clock temporarily until they move the sticks, and now it starts. 3:45 rather. Decker, and this is a handoff. Jarrett up the middle, good for about 3. And J.P. Queen on the stop as Jarrett takes the ball to about the 24-yard line. So call it maybe 2 yards on the carry. Again, a lot of juniors on this Caddo Mills team. Only just a few seniors.
Like Austin Lee checked in at nose guard.
Richardson goes left to right. Decker in the gun. Looks right side, throws a screen pass out for Banker, and it's caught. And he's going to be drugged down from behind by Tyler Grisham. And now a late flag comes in. That's going to be a personal foul. And now Caddo Mills is in great shape. The ball, after the catch, was resting at the 13-yard line. But now you can imagine that'll be half the distance of that.
So the ball's going to be resting somewhere around the 7-yard line here, 6.5, 7-yard line. Personal foul against Howe.
Penalty is a dead ball.
And you would think then had to be something said, because I don't think it was a late hit.
Half the distance of the goal penalty.
So something must have been said over there by one of the Bulldogs.
After the completion and penalty, first down, Caddo Mills.
Or Tyler may have got up a
little
bit
aggressive
aggressive
on getting up.
Yeah, so 3 minutes on the clock. And
Dylan
Caddo
Monroe.
Mills knocking on the door.
Looked like
And this
Dylan
is that
Monroe checked in.
full house backfield. Decker under center. And he rolls out right, wants to throw under pressure, heaves it in the end zone, and it's going to be caught, but short of the end zone. At about the 2-yard line, it was caught by Garrett Moody.
Actually, Harvey come up with
Are they
it.
going to call it incomplete?
Yeah.
For number 5, Garrett Moody.
Harvey come up
Second
with it,
goal.
and the official called it incomplete.
So they'll call it. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Harvey come up with it, but they waved it off, said it was an incomplete pass.
Okay, so 2nd down and goal from the 6. Here we go. Decker, handoff, right side. Jarrett met after at least 1 yard at the 5, still trying to find his way in the end zone, but he stopped at about the 3. Blaine Jarrett is really, he's the Tyler Grisham of Caddo Mills, but he may have a little bit more burst. It's pretty fast. Not that Tyler is dragging behind or anything, but he's got some special speed for a big guy like Jarrett. I formation, power I, too tight, toss right side. Jarrett looking for the end zone, and he is going to be in. 3-yard touchdown for Jarrett. Another one tonight. 4. .209 on the clock, and we have a 35-26 game awaiting this PAT.
Marcos Basilio on to attempt the point after touchdown.
So here's the PAT. It is up, it's high, it's long, and it's
It is
good.
up and the kick is good.
So 35-27, our new score here at Ed Locker Stadium with 2:09 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud graduate of Howe High School. The great leadership from our teachers and coaches helped me be able to become one of the few certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now at 903-744-4252 for a free consultation. I'm board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas.
Well, it was a 73-yard drive that took 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 40 seconds off the clock. It was ended on a 3-yard touchdown by Blaine Jarrett, his 4th of the night. As Caddo Mills spreads out on the 35-yard line, awaiting to kick this one off to Howe. As Brandon Wall stands deep at about the 6-yard line, and they're going to kick it straight to him. And he'll catch it at about the 5, and he'll run towards the middle of the field, kind of stop at the 20, a flag down. And we'll see what this one is.
Kick out 20 yards.
Well,
I didn't see anything wrong with that.
I think we're going to see a block in the back.
There is a penalty on the
Right now, the ball spotted somewhere around the 21. But our spotter says that it's
kind of a questionable call as the Bulldogs blocker's head was in front, but they are discussing it.
It's one of them plays that Cooper Aikens says, hey, that was a good hit.
We've had a couple of those. We had one of those in youth football a couple of weeks ago. Questionable call, but this one will send Howe back to the 12-yard line.
From the returning team.
And that's where they'll start.
Over 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line.
Well, they're marking at the 10. I guess it's kind of hard to see down there, way down on the right end zone. So officially the 10-yard line is where Howe will start. 2 minutes on the clock. This is the handoff near side. Mason Riggs, look out. He's got the 30, 35. He's got some speed. 50, 45. It's a foot race to the 30, 25, 20, 10, 5. Kiss him goodbye. 89 yards.
89 yards, and I don't see a flag anywhere. Great job, Mason Riggs.
Making up for the fumble with an 89-yard touchdown.
Yeah, what an awesome run.
An 89-yard touchdown for the Bulldogs.
What an awesome run. Great job, Mason Riggs.
Well, that will do it in a hurry. And, you know, is that the 5th one-play drive in the past 2 weeks?
It is. You know, Mason made a good run.
Flag on the play.
And apparently now we hear a flag, but it doesn't appear like it's coming back. It's going to be what? Ooh, there is a flag against Howe. And apparently it's after the touchdown.
Oh, it's down here at about the 52.
Well,
blends in with the grass.
That's those dirty flags you were talking about.
I didn't even see it.
Well, it doesn't appear to be anything that will cost the Bulldogs the touchdown as they're bringing it out, and the PAT team is still on. There's a minute 47 on the clock. Howe leads 41-27 now, awaiting this PAT that would put them at the lovely 42.
Yeah, no explanation on that flag.
We don't have an explanation, but we do know it's a touchdown. So Honecker and Ross to hold, and the kick is good. Hey, 42. 42-27. We have a new score here at Ed Locker Stadium with $1:47 left to go in the third quarter. Howe leading. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
In this very football season, we will experience extreme heat followed by the changing of the leaves and finally feel the cold chill of the November rain. Life changes, and sometimes it changes too fast. When you lose a loved one, you need a place of comfort and trust. Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory of Van Alstyne will provide you with that care. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins invite you to talk to their caring staff. They take pride in their responsibility to lighten your burden as you take the first steps towards healing.
Do you love coffee? Wish there was a local coffee shop to study, work, and get the best coffee drinks and baked goods in Texas? Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne is your dream come true. Carrie's Coffee Company serves the highest quality organic coffee and espresso drinks like cafe mocha, caramel macchiato, and cappuccino, plus iced coffee frappes with your favorite flavor. Visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne next to the post office, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to noon, and Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon.
Well, it was a sideline warning from what we understand. And nope, it was a sideline infraction because Howe's going to kick off from their own, 25-yard line.
That's what it looks like. But
So you've got to give space on the far side for the referee to run down the field. On that 89-yard touchdown by Mason Riggs, the players and or coaches were out on the field too far. So that impeded the referee's ability to run down the field. So that's what the call was. It didn't bring the touchdown back, but it does cause Howe now to kick off from their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not real sure what's going on. I'm watching here on this far side, and Coach Hudson was about the 40, took his headset off and sprinted down to the official, and him and Coach West and the official referee were having a few words. I'm not sure what's going on over there, but we'll have to keep an eye on it.
I think we're ready for action now. A minute 47 on the clock here in the third, and here's Honecker. Runs to the ball and is going to squib kick it down the middle of the first, near side of the field. It's going to be taken by an up man who goes to the middle. And now another flag down as this one's starting to get a little sloppy. Illegal block on Caddo Mills is what we're hearing from our spotter, Stephen Braswell. So that one will come back a little bit. A minute 41 on the clock here in the third quarter. Howe leading now 42-27.
It looked like that might have been a little bit of frustration on Mr. Freeman's part here. I think it was him that drew the flag.
I'm waiting at one moment for any minute tonight. You know, Logan Banker is just going to go nuts on somebody.
Call is an illegal block.
Bless his heart. He has had a rough night tonight.
So Ross is back in at cornerback. Apparently the cramps episode is over, although those do tend to come back, especially if you've had one of those in an evening. They don't go away for good. 1st and 10, left to right, 1:41 on the clock in the third. Man in motion is Richardson from left to right, all the way from way out wide. And this is going to be a handoff. Hammonds up the middle and met hard at the line of scrimmage by Hartsfield.
Yeah, he'll remember that hit tomorrow morning.
Hartsfield just took him to the woodshed. And no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Stuck on the play by number 7,
Tanner
Hartsfield.
Tanner Hartsfield and Andrew Griffin are some.
No gain on the play.
You know when those two boys hit you.
You know. 2nd down and 10. A minute 12 and rolling. Shotgun formation for Decker. And he'll get it. He'll fake the hand to Jarrett and now throw it in the flat. And a great play by J.P. Queen to knock the ball down. He was trying to hit Jarrett in the flat as he rolled out of the backfield. Queen was playing man-to-man defense in basketball and just swatted the ball away.
3rd down.
Just a great play.
He was right there, wasn't he?
Great play.
He wasn't cutting him any slack.
3rd down and 10. Not sure how the marker over there says 3rd and 9, but maybe it is 3rd and 9. Ball's at the 38-yard line. $1:02 on the clock. Big play here for that Black Plague. 3rd and 9. Decker in the gun. Blaine Jarrett stands to his right. And showing blitz for the Bulldogs. Jarrett throws across the middle. Richardson makes the catch for a 1st down. And more at the 45-yard line of Howe. The Bulldogs showed blitz. Hartsfield came up the middle. And Jarrett made a great play to pick up the blitz. And that left open the flats over there. And we'll check the flag. There's a flag down at the line of scrimmage. And apparently it's against Howe. For the moment, the ball's resting at the 44-yard line.
Offsides on the defense.
And that'll be declined. It's offsides on Howe. So 1st and 10, Caddo Mills at the Howe 44-yard line.
1st down.
And this is Decker wanting to throw it out right side. And again, Richardson makes the catch for a 1st down.
Brandon Ross and Tanner Hartsfield in on the stop.
I'm trying to figure out where this drive began. Do you remember?
I think we were on about maybe around the 30.
Pass and catch good for a Caddo Mills.
I'll have to go back and look at that. There's 36 seconds left here in the
2nd down.
In the third quarter. Caddo Mills on the move, 2nd down and 3. Richardson in motion from left to right. Decker shotgun, wants it, gets it, handoff. Jarrett coming near side, gets a pretty good block from Richardson. Tries to hit the corner and is going to be tackled by Ty Harvey along with Seth Siebel.
Jarrett on the run around the right side.
20 seconds as he was drugged down, I thought, before
Harvey on the stop.
He got out of bounds there.
Yeah, that gain good for a Caddo Mills 1st down.
You know,
so now the clock's been stopped since 20 seconds. And this clock's still not moving yet. As he got out of bounds, or he didn't get out of bounds. As now a man in motion. shotgun. Bobbled snap by Decker, and he'll be tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be Blesseye who makes the stop.
Decker taken down.
A loss of about 3.
Stop by number 3, Andrew Griffin.
And that will be the end of the third quarter. Howe in the lead, 42-27 here at Ed Locker Stadium in Caddo Mills. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only.
Where you get great food and big smiles, and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players. Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Welcome back to Ed Locker Stadium, where Howe has a 42-27 lead. It is Bulldog quarter. And we are flipping sides here, where Howe will now be on the left side, and
If you'll please open your game program.
Caddo Mills will be moving right to left. As
You'll
it's
see a number associated.
it's now Mrs. Barrett's food time here at the stadium as they open their programs and look to the number, the secret number. So here is Decker rolling left, and he finds his receiver who makes a great catch on the sidelines, and that's Hunter Acock, who towed the line over there, made a great catch, and that'll bring up a third down and probably about 5. So a nice about 9-yard gain there. 11:53 in the fourth quarter. Caddo Mills will send 3 receivers out right side, 1 to the near side. 1 man in the backfield is Jarrett. Decker fakes the hand to Jarrett, and he's going to keep it up the middle. It's going to be brought down immediately behind the line of scrimmage. Blesseye there, and Queen to make sure he didn't go anywhere else. It's going to be a loss, and that'll bring up 4th down and long for the Foxes of Caddo Mills.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. We do a lot of talk about Brennan and Brian Ross, but around the early '90s, mid '90s, Tanner Hartsfield plays a lot like his dad. His dad, if you were around Anacow football.
Here's a 4th and 8, and they're going to go for it. Decker under pressure and sacked in the backfield. Helpenstell, Blesseye, and Zach Daniels all right there to bring him down at the 40. And Howe will take over, moving left to right.
If you were around Anacow football in the mid '90s, John Hartsfield lit you up, and Tanner Hartsfield plays just like him.
And a Coyotes.
He was a tremendous ball player.
On this day in history, in 1983, Howe won at Anna 50-6.
Okay, rub it in.
Do you remember that? Were you playing in that game?
No.
Here is a handoff.
Tyler Grisham.
To Grisham, who's going to gain about 6 yards on first down.
Painter made the stop for Caddo Mills. No, I wasn't quite in high school yet.
6-yard gain on the play.
7th grade.
2nd and 4.
So the ball's going to be spotted. 7th grade?
Yeah.
83?
Yeah. I graduated in '89.
Ball at the 47. Man in motion. That's Riggs. It's going to be a handoff. Right side Matthews. And he'll fight forward for a first down inside Caddo Mills territory to the 49-yard line. 10:33 on the clock.
Logan Baker.
Left in the game.
Aaron Taylor both on the stop.
Not quite as old as you think I am.
Older?
Older.
Good for a Bulldog first down.
Oh, yeah.
1889.
Hey, at least y'all got out of the leather helmets around 1982.
There we go, yeah. Didn't hurt it, we did step up.
The last team to give up the leather helmets. 1st and 10, left to right. Howe. This is going to be Riggs on the left side, and he'll follow his blockers for about 5 yards to the 43 or 44-yard line.
And
Chris Taylor on the stop.
Chris Taylor in on the stop.
so we hit the 10-minute mark, left to go in the game. How what seems like a comfortable lead, 42-27, but we've said that before tonight, and things quickly changed.
Right. You know, we did go through a spell where we had plastic face masks.
The Roger Staubach 2-bar look.
No, we had a. We didn't qualify Roger Staubach.
Second down and 5, handoff Matthews, left tackle. Another first down, and he will not go down. A hard runner to the 35-yard line.
Joshua Owens made the stop.
Matthews, who was just on fire in the first quarter, could have really run at will, but was slowed down heavily in the about the middle part of the second quarter. Caddo Mills just shut down Howe all of a sudden. But here the Bulldogs are on the move again, and here's Tyler Grisham, left guard, and this is just the Bulldogs clock eating time. You know, this is what they do as Freeman makes the stop for Caddo Mills. And you know what Howe likes to do is get a lead, get a big lead, and then just run that clock and leave no time for the opponent to score.
Logan Banker talking to the bag judge going, come on, man, keep them off of me.
Man in motion. And that's Riggs, but this is going to be the quarterback keeper up the middle wall, and he could be gone, and he is. Kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas, a 30-yard touchdown. He had one last week for 30, and he matches it again a week later against Caddo Mills. Wall sprung for 30.
What a great job. Great blocking by the offensive line.
Honecker on for the PAT.
And the kick is up. It is high, and it is
Kick
good.
is up, and the kick is good.
49-27. Howe in the
With
lead
8:25
now.
left in the game.
With 8:25 left to go in the game.
Your Caddo Mills Foxes.
Back in a
27.
moment with more Howe Bulldog football.
If you haven't been to downtown Howe lately, you might be surprised. All the buildings are full, including the unique retail experiences of Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium. Located at 107 and 109 East Haining Street, the two antique and gift shops offer unique items that are rarely available in the Howe area, but with Howe area prices. Come and enjoy this trip back in time to the Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium, open noon to 8, Thursdays through Saturday. Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium.
What is Cabinet Home Theater? Do we only do those big fancy media rooms? Heck no. We started in 1978 installing TV antennas. Guess what? We still do and get over 40 Dallas channels that way for our customers. Along the way, we had requests to install speakers, mount TVs, or install dish, so now we do it all. From hooking up a TV with a soundbar to whole house audio with all the bells and whistles. Visit CabineterHT.com to see all we have to offer, or call 903-892-3499.
Well, Howe has extended their lead 49-27 at Ed Locker Stadium over Caddo Mills. 8:25 left to go in the game. It was a 30-yard touchdown by Brandon Wall, a quarterback keeper right up the middle.
To kick off for the Bulldogs.
And here's Honecker on to move this one away. And it's a squib kick that'll bounce and roll to about the 10. And I believe that may be Decker. And he'll run it up to about the 32-yard line. It may not be, but I thought for a moment it was. It is Decker.
Squib kick.
Cooper Akins made the stop.
So 1st and 10, Caddo Mills now moving right to left. They'll start at the 20.
He returns the ball out to the
Cooper Akins and
34-yard
Cade
line.
Courtney made the stop for
Dylan
the
Renault on the
Bulldogs.
stop. Caddo Mills will take over 1st and 10.
8:17 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Did I ever change that? No, I didn't. Still says third quarter on the scoreboard. 3 receivers near side. Decker all alone in the backfield. Throws a screen pass out. It's going to be caught and dropped immediately. And that was Hunter Aycock on the catch.
J.P. Queen made the stop.
Pass is caught by Hunter Aycock.
I might as well go ahead and
He's stopped on
change
the play
this,
by
even
J.P.
though...
Queen.
most everybody probably realizes. Hey, I wonder how many
No
times
gain
they
on the
said,
play,
hey,
brings up
Monty,
second and
change
10.
it. Change
Monty.
it. We're in the fourth quarter.
Monty,
Change
we're
it,
in the
dude.
fourth
Change
quarter.
it.
Change it.
Change it.
Hey,
So it's changed. It's changed. There we go. Decker, handoff. No, he keeps it around the right side. He's brought down in the backfield.
Decker on the keeper.
Boy, nice play there.
He's brought down in the backfield.
Andrew Griffin and Tanner Hartsfield.
So a
Andrew
loss
Griffin on
of
the
about
stop.
2 or 3, bring up 3rd down and long, 7:29 on the clock.
Van Alstyne on top of Gainesville.
Still?
14-11 in
Wow.
the fourth quarter.
Impressive. How about those Panthers?
Potts-
Hey, the Silver Spike's coming up pretty
Right.
soon.
Pottsboro on top of Aubrey, 42-13.
October 8th, there will be a parade for the Silver Spike. Here is Becker rolling out right off the fingertips of Banker and goes out of bounds, incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th and 12 and punt time for Caddo Mills. And that's probably, boy, that's a tough situation right there. The ball was thrown a little bit high.
I'm going to say, I was watching while you were talking, Cody Banks trying to hold Andrew Griffin down on the ground. Andrew just kind of got up and walked away without any conflict, but I wouldn't try that too much.
So Griffin will stand at his own 35-yard line to return the punt. A wobbly kick. He will not have a chance as it hits the photographer.
Photographer made a heck of a stop.
Hey,
check that.
That was
Becker's punt.
Becker.
Travels out of bounds.
He doesn't like the camera. Get away from the
Spot
camera.
the ball at the Bulldog 42-yard line.
So Howe will take over what appears to be the 42-yard line at their own 42 with 6:59. Again, this is another 4A school that Howe has gone up against, the second in as many weeks. Wall under center, handoff. Dylan Moreau into the game this time, and he's going to gain 8-9. He could be gone. Look out, he squeezes out, being chased down by Banker and brought down inside the 10-yard line.
He just kind of kept working his way through. And
number 12, Dylan
Moreau with a kind of a almost, you hate to say Barry Sanders, but he just kind of snuck through there, kept going,
down from behind.
and then came out of the pile out of nowhere. Okay, Robert Newhouse.
Robert Newhouse.
Kind of like that. So inside the 10.
One gain good for a Howe first down.
They'll spot the
First
ball at the
goal
8.
the 8-yard line.
Good run by Dylan Moreau.
So a 50-yard run by Moreau. Here's Wall, handoff. Same thing, Moreau again, trying to get him in the end zone. Heck, if you're going to run it 50 yards, you might as well take it the rest of the 8.
Moreau once
But he's going to be brought down.
Brought down by a whole host of Foxes.
And it'll be
brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal from the 8. Call it no gain. Ish.
Looks like Colin Stanger's coming off field with his helmet. He'll have to set out a play.
When you say Stanger, is that A-N or I-N?
It's A-N. Colin Stanger. Come on now.
5:58 on the clock in the 4th. Handoff. Dylan Moreau, left side, fighting forward, and he's going to be knocked backwards.
Dylan Moreau once again on the carry.
And maybe a yard. So 3rd and goal
Short
coming
gain on the
up.
play. Cade Hayden on the
Cade
stop.
Hayden made the stop for Caddo Mills.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Hey, I'm getting some help here. There's so many numbers I've had to write on here just to keep up because, wow, crazy.
Hey, Grisham checks back into the game. Ty Harvey into the game. And is that Matthews? Look out. First team's back in. This is going to be a toss right side. And that's going to be Mason Riggs trying to find the corner. And he is in. It is touchdown time in Texas. 6-yard touchdown for Mason Riggs. His
right side.
3rd
Number 24,
of the night.
Mason
3rd
Riggs
for the night.
For the
a
sophomore.
6-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that was another good run by Mason Riggs.
So Howe hits the 50 mark for the first time this year 55 for the moment, awaiting this PAT to try to make it 56-27 with 5:09 left to go in the game. Ross to hold. It's on the tee. The kick is up, it's high, and it looks good, and it is. Howe in the lead, 56-27 here at Ed Locker Stadium in Caddo Mills. There is 5:09 left in the game. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Think back to the best fried pies you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. Sweetie Pies has handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 972-821-1508. You must try Sweetie Pie's signature fried pie, Sawdust. I'm not even kidding.
A word from Douglas Propane.
I've been in the industry for 21 years. The other day I got a call from a elderly lady on the side of the highway that wanted to thank me because one of my technicians stopped and changed her tire for her. The service goes so much further than beyond propane. It's the mentality of the person that we have on our staff. We appreciate our customer base in Howe and surrounding communities, and go Bulldogs. Have a great year.
Welcome back. Honaker to boot this one away. It's a squib kick, going to go in the middle of the field. It'll be taken about the 30-yard line, coming up the middle of the field, and brought down after a good gainer up to about the 44, and that's where Caddo Mills will take over
Morrison Field
with 5:03 left to go in the game.
J.P. Queen made the stop for the Bulldogs.
So
brings it back to the 44-yard line.
27.
Queen on the stop.
We're going to have to start looking at records here and seeing when the last time they've scored that many and such. But remember, they scored 77 on Tom Bean a year ago, so we're not going to have to go back very far. That is a school record, 77 points. That's not going to happen tonight. 5:03 left to go in the game. Three receivers near side for Caddo Mills. Jarrett in the backfield. He'll get the carry. That's not Jarrett. It is a new running back in the game, which is Hunter Aycock. And he'll gain about 4 yards.
Aycock on the carry.
Mike Heppenstall in on the stop.
Second down and 6 or 7 coming up.
Looks like Dylan Moreau's in for Tanner Hartsfield.
4-yard gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 6.
Tanner taking a well-deserved break.
Well, and Moreau plays a lot. He's not a starter technically, but he's in the game all the time. And here's Aycock again around the left side. He's got some room. And this is going to be a pretty big gainer. Queen's going to finally bring him down, but not after about a 12-yard gain to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, might have got away with a little bit of holes here on the left side, but
big game,
hey,
for a
Fisher don't catch it, nobody knows, right?
We're at the 4:19 mark and rolling here at Ed Locker Stadium. Three receivers up top, one at the bottom. This is Aycock. He's going to run around right side, and his legs are flipped in over in. There's a flag down after Andrew Griffin took his legs out from underneath him.
Griffin on the stop. We have a flag down on the play.
Illegal block.
So that'll bring Caddo Mills back a little bit. And we don't want to take anything away from Elvington. As Stephen Braswell says, that was Elvington and not Griffin.
Call is an illegal block on the Foxes.
Yeah, it looks like Elvington's in. Moreau's in. Austin Lee's checked in at nose guard.
Have you seen Bruce Elvington lately?
I saw him just a little bit ago, yeah.
10-yard penalty brings
looks like a different guy.
He does, doesn't he?
He's lost a person.
He has. He's been working hard on that, too, though.
I need to do that. 1st and 20. Moving right to left. Decker in the gun. Handoff up the middle. Aycock. A little bit of room. Just keeping that clock rolling to the 42-yard line.
Dylan Moreau on the stop.
So it'll bring up 2nd down in a truck. Well, a good truck ride. The homecoming queen could wave at a lot of people before they get a first down.
2nd and 18.
Yeah, that looked like a mistake.
3:30 on the clock. Decker throws incomplete, trying to hit his receiver.
Intended for number
And the
25,
receiver,
Colin Brown.
Cullen Brown, had his
Pass ball's
palms up in
incomplete.
the air as if, hey, man, I'm right here. Throw it to me. I'm right here. You missed me by 3 yards.
He threw him between him and the other guy.
So it falls incomplete, stops the clock at 3:25. It's 3rd down and 18. And Decker in the gun, almost as always. They have gone to that power I said a little bit tonight, but there's been a lot of spread offense tonight. This is a handoff to Acock up the middle. He's got a lot of running room, not nearly enough for a first down, but does get a big chunk of it back up to about the 33-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th and somewhere around 9.
Look like Zach Daniels checked back in for Austin Lee.
Spread look again in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the right side up top, 1 to the left. And this is Decker wanting to throw. Pumps left, throws left, and a little bumping and grinding down the field, but no flag. Cooper Akins in coverage against Painter. It falls incomplete. Howe will take over on downs.
It's not always me.
I did it.
You did it.
Ball's at the 32-yard line. There's 2:46 left to go in this game. So bye week next week, and then it's district time in Texas.
It is district time.
Hey, all this stuff about the hard schedule, the hard pre-district schedule, all that is in the past. It appears Howe's going to be 4-1 against that really tough schedule. 2 4A teams and Munster, who's ranked maybe first in 2A. Here's a handoff left side. And a gain of about 6 or 7 by Courtney. And so Howe starts off with Gunner, who's ranked number 1 in Class 3A Division II now.
Stanger on the stop.
They play Bowie, who went 3 rounds last year. Then they play Munster, who is ranked maybe first in 2A, if not second or third. And then go play 4A Division I Quinlan, beat them. And now beat another 4A team at Caddo Mills tonight. Here's a handoff right side. And a first down, but I can't quite see who that was.
Look like
is JP Queen possibly. Oh, that was
Peyton Reagan.
Peyton Reagan.
Looks like Josh Freeman held him up, and Caddo Mills come in and took the ball, but they'd already blown him down.
So it'll be a first down.
Yeah, it looks like our opponent after our bye week, the Pottsboro Cardinals beat Aubrey 49-20 tonight.
Their brand new toy quarterback in Pottsboro. Here's a handoff right side, and there's a lot of room for Cade Courtney, and he bangs his way down inside the 35 to the 33-yard line.
Great job by Cade Courtney. He's checking in tonight and getting a little playing time.
Cade Hayden on the stop for the Foxes.
Tackle made by Cade Hayden.
A minute 40 on the clock, and it will resume, and it has now that they've moved the sticks. A minute 35 and rolling. Howe is, probably going to be content just to down it right here, and they are. They're going to get in victory formation. And speaking of victory, whose turn is it for the victory light in downtown Howe?
I don't know.
Who has not turned it on this year?
I don't know.
Well, I think I know who's going to do it.
Wall takes a knee for the.
Let me see here.
Are you going to do it again?
Hey, why don't you hit that button right there, Mr. Michael Mosier? And with that, the victory light is on in downtown Howe.
All right.
53 seconds and rolling here in the game, as one more snap will kill it.
I made many a trip when we were in school. My dad would go, hey, let's go to Howe, see if that victory light's lit.
Yeah, when I was a kid, that was the internet. I had to ride my bike across town to see if that victory light was on. And a lot of times in the 80s, it was on a lot. And it's on tonight. Howe, your Bulldogs are 4-1 entering district play. And it is fun time to be a Bulldog.
Yes, it is.
It is a fun time.
The Bulldogs are across the field. They're about to get ready to shake hands with the Caddo Mills Foxes, who played a great game tonight. A very well represented school in Class 4A Division II. You know, you think about Caddo Mills, they were barely over that mark to be Class 4A. Matter of fact, we were told they were over by 5 students, and then those 5 students left. So they really should be one of the larger 3A schools, but just very unfortunate when it comes to that enrollment. But Howe wins tonight, 56-27 over the Caddo Mills Foxes, and we will stay here in time to have the school song and all of that stuff. What a game tonight, Michael.
What a game. Great game tonight. Great confidence booster. Week off, everybody gets to heal up and rest, and we'll take it in next week to Pottsville.
So the first part of the game, it was all, come on, Mason Riggs.
Right.
That fumble was huge. It allowed Caddo Mills to stay in the game, and that's a sophomore mistake. And you know, we probably heard about it a little bit at halftime. But boy, did he come out in the second half and put on a performance, an 89-yard touchdown. Let's try to listen to the school song across the way. It's going to be hard because the Caddo Mills band is kind of interfering with what we want to do.
Caddo Mills ISD would like to thank you for attending tonight's contest and wishes you a safe trip home. As you leave the facility, please remember that all participants involved in tonight's contest gave their best effort. Please help show your support of these fine student athletes by acting in a sportsmanlike manner. Thank you and good night.
Something about that song still gives me goosebumps all these years later. Congratulations to the Howe Bulldogs, 56-27 over the Caddo Mills Foxes tonight here at Ed Locker Stadium. Any final thoughts?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Well, a week off.
Ready for the week off, but I'm ready for district to start and see what these Howe Bulldogs have in store.
What I'm ready for is a 5th and 6th grade game tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in Collinsville. The Howe Bulldogs will take on what has become their arch rival, the Tom Bean Tomcats in this league, and that's going to be a lot of fun. But all that, nobody cares. What they care about, your Bulldogs tonight. And we'll recap it real quickly, as Caddo Mills took the ball first at their own 17-yard line after Howe won the coin toss and deferred. But it was Blaine Jarrett on a 2-yard touchdown run to get the Caddo Mills Foxes on the scoreboard first and led in this football game 7-0 with 7:15 left to go in the first. Howe took the ball at their own 35-yard line, and it was a 20-yard touchdown by Jaden Matthews, his 6th of the year, and that tied the game at 7 with 6:19 left to go in the first. Howe, the Black Plague stopped Caddo Mills for the first time, and they had to punt, which gave the ball back to Howe at their own 22-yard line. Mason Riggs scored the first of his 3 touchdowns on a 16-yard run, which gave Howe a 13-6 lead with 1:51 left to go in the first. And then the Caddo Mills took the ball back at their own 25, but the quarterback Decker was intercepted by Cooper Akins, which gave the ball back to Howe at the 47-yard line. That led to a Tyler Grisham 5-yard touchdown. And Jaden Matthews scored the 2-point conversion to get Howe back on track with a 21-6 lead with 10:47 left to go in the second quarter. Caddo Mills takes the ball back again and throws another interception, this one by Ty Harvey, and that gives Howe the ball at the 34-yard line. And 66 yards later and 1 play later, Jaden Matthews goes the distance, and Howe extends their advantage 28-7 with 8:38 left to go before the half. Howe held Caddo Mills to a punt, which gave them the ball very deep in their own territory at the 4-yard line. And after getting out of their own end zone, Mason Riggs fumbled. And that gave Caddo Mills the ball at the 34-yard line, knocking on the door, and that led to a 19-yard Jarrett touchdown, which cut the score in half, 28-14, Howe in the lead with 3:50 left to go before the half. Howe would then turn the ball over on downs, which gave Caddo Mills the ball again right before the half with 2:34 left, and Jarrett would score again. This one from 34 yards out. A bad snap on the PAT allowed Seth Siebold to make an interception, but the score was cut 28-20 at that point, and that was the halftime score. And Caddo Mills had all of the momentum at that point going into halftime. Howe took the ball first to begin the second half, but had to punt. And then Caddo Mills took it at their own 25. They fumbled, which set up Howe in great shape at the 36-yard line, and Tyler Grisham would score his 8th touchdown of the year, and that was on a 3-yarder, and Howe extended their lead 34-20 with 5:58 left to go in the third quarter, and that was a huge touchdown in this football game. Caddo Mills got the ball back at the 27-yard line with 5:49 left to go in the third. And Jarrett scored his 4th touchdown of the night for Caddo Mills, a 3-yarder that cut the lead 35-27 with 2:09 left to go in the third quarter. Back to Howe, and at their own 14-yard line, an 11-yard line rather, and one play later, 89 yards. Mason Riggs takes it to the house, 42-27. Howe leads with 1:47 left to go in the third. We go on, and Caddo Mills takes it at their own 36 with 1:46 left to go in the third. It was a great sack by Blessai and Helpenstell to turn the ball over on downs and give Howe the ball back at their own 40. And it would end on a 30-yard touchdown by Brandon Wall, his second in as many weeks on a 30-yard touchdown. That gave Howe the lead 49-27, as I wrote it in the wrong column. Let me go back here. And that would give the ball back to Caddo Mills, who had to punt. Howe took it at their own 42-yard line. And Mason Riggs would score for the third time tonight. This one on a 6-yard touchdown, which gave Howe a 56-27 lead with 5:09 left to go in the game. Caddo Mills got the ball and turned it over on downs. Howe got it back, went to victory formation, and we're out of breath.
Right.
That was a lot of possessions. You know, normally you have, let me see. Let me just count that up. Go ahead with your thought, Michael.
You know, I love living in Howe, Texas. I grew up in Anna, and I love living in Howe, Texas, and I wouldn't trade any of it. But there's nothing that makes anything and everything that we do on a daily basis, which is a struggle right now because of everything that's going on. But it's amazing to watch, to look across that field over there and see Coach Hudson and his coaching staff and those kids with their heads bowed in prayer after a ball game. And it's amazing.
We are fortunate to live in a little bubble that we do.
We are.
And we all want to stay in that little bubble. And I think we'll be able to for hopefully as long as we can. And that is a very special place on earth that they do call Howe, Texas. We counted up 25 possessions total, both teams. And normally, I will tell you that I usually mark down about somewhere around 17, 18, especially with the way the Dogs usually take time off the clock. But they've been scoring these one-play drives, which gives the ball back in a hurry. And boy, that's a lot of handwriting. Got cramps tonight. You think Brennan Ross has cramps?
Right. It is. Monty Walker's got cramps tonight.
Hey, for everyone who's been a part of this great win, 56-27 here at Caddo Mills. And Michael Mosier has turned on the victory light. It's on in downtown Howe. And we will see you in 2 weeks. As district begins with the Pottsboro Cardinals. For everyone who's been a part of this one, including Stephen Braswell and Michael Mosier, this is Monty Walker saying so long, everybody.
This has been a Grayson Publishing presentation. Howe Bulldogs football has been brought to you by Cavender Home Theater, Sweetie Pies by Karen, Howe Mercantile, Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Carey's Coffee Company, Douglas Propane, Buck Snort Barbecue, Abby's Restaurant, Attorney Micah Belden, and the Howe Athletic Booster Club.